player orbs.
I'll even put my headset on.
Oh, hello, stream. I see you there, listening to us.
Oh, hi!
Listening to us plot.
And Breezy.
Oh my god! Oh my god!
It has to be said at least once, come on.
At least once, apparently.
That's your one for the night, Josh.
Yeah,
Yeah, you
yes,
heard
it
it.
is. Welcome, everybody, to Maxed and Doubled,
Hi.
session 17, I believe.
Yes.
Sounds right. I'm not going to argue.
Sweet.
It is 17.
We are starting an hour and a half earlier than usual, and this is going to be, at least for the next few months while we trial it, is going to be our new regular start time. So make sure to update your calendars for those people who follow us that much, which no one does, but we'll be starting at 6 o'clock Australian Eastern Standard Time from now on, for the foreseeable future at least. So we also don't have Josh, as you can tell. He is away this week for work and for the next 4 weeks after this, because he's going to be in Japan. So unfortunately, we don't have him playing Silkus. I will do my best. I've actually got his spells and his character sheet now.
But he doesn't have his accent.
But I don't have his accent. I can't do it. That's all Michael's job.
Yep, I'll have to take up the slack
Michael's
for
like
you.
Yes.
Michael's like fill-in awesome voice character.
Yeah, it's great. I'm just gonna get.
Because
Joel
he's
to do all
sulfur as
mine.
well.
I think the funniest thing about that is because you're constantly getting rid of my hangover, my own character doesn't have a voice.
So he's giving everyone else voices, except his own character.
Well, I'm
Because
sorry
that was
that
the
you
entire
planned your
premise.
voice. I'm sorry that you planned your entire character's voice based on, oh, I sound like shit because I'm hungover.
I did. It's true.
It 100% was the premise for his character's voice, and you've ruined it
Oh,
completely.
My
Right.
general caring for other people. Oh no!
So,
Really, did you just general caring me?
we did.
Oh,
Without further ado,
I do.
He said without further ado.
I specifically mentioned there were no mores. No mores?
No more.
No s'mores.
Oh.
I know, it's really
I want
disappointing.
more now, you bastard.
Previously on Max and Doubled, you all, the Calamity Hunters, travelled
Hey, that's
across the Coram Peninsula, heading northeast, following in Fenrir's previously scouted paths to find the ruins that he had told you about that Pestilence had taken up residence in. You scouted them out for some time, planning out your attack or what you were going to do, how you were going to get in, and your plan from there.
And then, as with all great combat plans, it did not survive first contact with the enemy. First contact with the enemy.
Exactly right. You began an assault, and with Silkus actually making a really off-the-cuff, intelligent move, drawing one of the more powerful enemies away from the fight for the first couple of rounds, before you kind of split the party, and a couple of you went down once or twice. Some of you had no clue what was going on as you ran away into a dungeon. Fenrir went down, and Sariel bolted back up to bring Silkus back to consciousness, and before finally Fenrir was able to be brought back to consciousness right at the end of the fight as well. You took out a red slud, a couple of other demonic entities, and you are now left standing in the middle of the ruins,
Sorry, I was taking a picture of my
looking
book.
around you in the aftermath of this fight. What would you all like to do? Hello, camera. We didn't test this beforehand. Let me fix that. Oh.
No, we've just got a
I-
green screen.
Would like to show off my book.
Let me just fix
They're
it.
amazing.
Look at it. It is beautiful.
They're really
There
amazing.
we go. Oh, and it's pointed
Look
to
at
the
it.
wrong spot.
Like, Jory has done a great job, and Theophania has done an incredible job binding them.
Look at them. They're like, this is just, it's amazing. And they have so much stuff in them.
Mine has runes on the back, but you guys can't see that because your camera's so
Okay.
far
Oh
away.
god, focus.
Look at all the stuff, guys.
Pardon me, audience,
at
while
it.
I show my book to Hannah
They're
like a
amazing.
moron, forgetting where my camera is.
It's fine. My camera probably caught like the top corner or something. I don't know.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a thought. This is what's on the front of my book. That one.
Yep, there you go. So, in the aftermath of the battle, you are still with Sulfur underground, although I believe you started making your way back.
Yeah, I guess.
You're just at the base of the
I
staircase.
think you did, yeah.
The rest of you are up top. Silkus is just coming to consciousness, having just been knocked out twice, being brought
He
back
looks
by
like shit.
Sariel. It looks like
Silkus?
absolute shit.
Go home. We'll deal with this. We'll see you in 4 to 5 weeks. I don't actually say that to him.
Though it is tempting to send him back to Yom,
Yo.
at least.
No.
But we may need him for the fight with, what's its face?
Yeah, true. We're saying this.
I can't
over
remember its
him,
name,
right?
and it's bugging me.
Yeah, that's
Pestilence.
close. Pestilence.
Thank you for that. Someone said pestilence.
Yeah.
Someone was helpful.
Oh, that couldn't have been me then.
Alright, so
Maybe
Thank
it was Josh.
Archibald, as you emerge, coming up the stairs,
Doesn't
you
sound
see
like him.
you see the body of the Red Slide right here,
Yep.
just in front of Fenrir, who is currently prone on the ground next to it as well. John up in its face, and everyone just kind of coming down off the adrenaline rush as Sulfur follows you up the stairs as well.
Is Fenrir still knocked out?
No, he's on 1 HP now. I don't remember why.
Oh, I was going to say, because if he wasn't awake, I was just going to go and, like, slap his cheek.
He fails.
Failed
to
their
death
save,
saving
failed their
throw.
save, failed their save, he's dead.
Not hard. You know how people tap your face to wake you up when you've been passed out?
Yeah.
All right. Okay.
I want to search the nearby bodies because we need health potions and we need them bad.
Okay.
If
Roll
they have any.
Roll an investigation check. You have 4 different entities that you can search here.
Okay, investigation.
Yep.
12.
12. Okay, so you have a search
That
around.
one's-
The first thing you search is the closest to you, which is the red slide. As you move up and approach Fenrir and John, you search the slide. You don't find all that much of interest. It seems to be mainly just out here for on-guard patrol. However, you do find 14 gold and
Woo.
7 silver on it.
Oh,
Seems to be
maths.
pocket
Not good.
change.
How much did you say?
14 gold, 7 silver.
Ugh. Somebody please add 389 and 14.
403.
Yep. God, you did that way quicker than I did.
What'd you say? 400 and what?
3.
Ay, I'm rich.
How rich?
Look it.
Hi, Dad.
Goodbye.
I'm out. I'm just gonna leave.
Okay, can I search the other bodies?
Yeah. So you
Hopefully,
move on-
seeing me do so, someone else starts doing it too, so I don't have to roll 4 times.
You move on from the slide to the other demonic entities. The next closest would be the taller, thin one,
With the big
which
mouth?
has a kind of a large, barbed tail, and it's got this kind of goat head, but it's not furry. It's almost kind of smooth human-like skin of a dark color, but in the shape of a goat skull with horns.
I look at it. I'm like, what the hell are you? And I make a nature check.
Make for me, make an Arcana check for that.
Oh hell yeah! I like Arcana checks. Oh, we're playing that game tonight, are we? Seriously? All right, fine. I'll play your game. That is a 12.
12.
Hey, that's pretty much what I rolled.
You know it's demonic in nature.
Yep. Oh great, we're dealing with Orcus.
This is him. This is Orcus.
He's like, pick up his staff and let's go.
Yeah, you know it's demonic in nature as opposed to devilish in nature.
Okay.
But you don't know exactly
it's
what kind
creepy.
of demon it is.
And I don't have to roll for that.
Yeah, that's exactly right. On it, you find a small wand-looking thing. It looks to be relatively rough-hewn, Nothing particularly special. Oh, hello. We haven't done that. We are real prepared, guys. Glenn is.
It
both
was there
people at the moment.
before.
Let me fix that. No, don't hide that one. Goodbye. There he goes. We're real prepared. Oh no! Don't switch there. Don't switch anywhere.
Oscar, calm down.
We know what we're doing.
You've lost control of the show.
Yeah, already. I've lost control of myself.
Lost control of the trolley.
Other than the
is that all?
other than the very rough one, you just find some raggy
throw that
clothes.
I'm gonna throw that at Archie.
Okay.
I catch
Have
it.
You do. Well, you try.
No,
Roll a
I
dexterity
do.
check for me.
I do. What? It just has nothing to do with magic. It'll be a natural 20. That's a 3. So
You fumble it and it hits the ground, but you
I would
manage
like
to
to
kinda catch it
picture
on
it
your
going
foot.
like up his nose, actually.
He's got rid of his dice. They're on the ground now.
Like he goes to catch it and it just spins around and goes.
Yeah, exactly.
one of these will do me right tonight.
One of these will do it. You pick it up off the ground after dropping it, and you inspect it. Roll an Arcana check for me.
You're
if
getting
you'd like to look at this one.
You're getting some powerful Josh energy tonight. First dropping all of
No.
your dice on the floor,
Wait,
then missing the
Do you
dice
want
tray.
my small suggestion?
That's better.
16.
16.
What's up?
Okay, if you continue to roll well like that, just keep it like that. But I was going to suggest tipping all the dice onto the corkboard so that you have free space in your tray.
No, I just tipped all my metal dice out there onto the ground. I'm going to take 2d4 worth of piercing damage later when I forget they're there. That'll be fine.
He's going to walk on some
He's
Legos.
gonna walk on some d4s, some caltrops.
Alright.
You have a look at the wand. It's pretty rough. There are some what look to be abyssal runes engraved in it.
I speak a bit still.
You do,
I
but
don't.
you
We've
don't
already
speak
settled.
abyssal magical runes.
Do I speak a bit
They-
of
they-
magical runes?
Some of them are reminiscent of letters in abyssal, but for the most part, you don't actually recognize the particular runes because they are magical in nature.
Okay.
So
Just
it's kind of
knowing
like
this language.
reading the
Jeez.
Wikipedia page for like a really complicated maths thing.
Yeah,
It's like,
exactly.
I
It's
know
like-
these words.
These letters exist, and
But-
these words
but
I can
what?
tell, but I don't know what they mean. Yeah, it's kind of like that. And a lot of the characters you don't even recognize. It's like someone who's never seen the Greek alphabet, seeing a lot of, the scientific symbols, omega, stuff like that.
Or, someone just seeing the Greek alphabet.
Or, someone just seeing the Greek alphabet. So it doesn't look particularly amazing. It just looks like it's a focus for spells.
Okay.
And that's about it. And you finally move on to the other demons with the huge gaping mouths. They don't have anything on them that you can find, but getting close to them, they are horrific creatures. Just this big round ball with a cavern through the center that is just full of teeth.
Gonna have a closer look at them now.
Go for it, roll an Arcana check.
I'll do a Michael. Oh, come on! 25.
25. What the hell? Oh wow, there is still a thing. They are
Okay.
those.
Sorry I ever doubted you.
As you kind of get a closer look at them and inspect them for a bit,
Oh my
you
god,
do
it's
get-
still alive.
you do get a kind of a realization. These are more demons. They look like that right there.
Oh. Gross.
So that's what you guys have been looking at.
Oh, okay.
That's
I
like
want
one
to
of the...
see. I'm going to look on stream.
That one there. I think you guys can see that. Hopefully you can. It's
It's
a
like-
more demon. It's
it-
in,
Hand it to Glenn and get him to put it under the battle
page 137 of the Volo's Guide to Monsters. If you are watching along at home and would like to see, there you go. That one right there. That one there. The more demon.
I was imagining
Ew.
it being more vertical in its mouth.
Why is
rather
there
than, like,
not a
round
single
mouth.
cute monster?
There is. It's called the Flump, and no one takes them seriously. Not only is its name cute...
Can we find a flump, please? I want to find something cute.
Okay.
I don't want to look at the description of the monster and be like, ew.
He's finding it. While he finds that, you don't find anything on them besides the chunks of meat that are stuck between their teeth and in their mouth.
Gross.
But yeah, they don't seem to be carrying anything.
I like how I literally just said I don't even want to, and you're just like, yeah, they got like rotten meat in there, and
Yeah.
Can't believe more demons don't practice dental hygiene.
I know. It's
Are
just,
you showing me a flump?
yeah.
Yeah, on stream.
I mean, that's
He's
still
not-
not very cute.
It's so cute.
Although I
It's
was
called the
picturing like a
flump.
little bunny rabbit or something. So.
How much cuter can you get than
It's
a
also
monster named the Flump?
Isn't it lawful good,
Yeah,
too?
it's lawful good. It's an ally. Can I have a Flump?
What's the
Maybe.
challenge
So
rating?
is a flump basically like a golden retriever, but in the shape of like a cross between an octopus and a manta ray?
Kinda. I guess.
Depending
It's
on the
kinda
challenge
like that.
rating, you probably could get it.
It's a 1/8 of a
Well,
challenge
I mean,
rating.
rangers can have anything under 1/4.
But it's
So
also a beast. That you have to have a beast. So it's not a
Yeah.
beast. It's a what is it? Aberration.
It's an aberration with advanced
yeah, but a
telepathy.
myconid's not a beast either.
Yeah, but you had to roll for that shit.
It's a
Well,
telepathic.
maybe he could roll for it.
It's a telepathic jellyfish skunk, apparently. It's got a stench spray.
Oh my god.
Each creature in a 15-foot.
Right. We will come back to this conversation later, but
Yes,
for
I
now,
need a flump.
Continue.
You need a flump, clearly. So you've searched the creatures. You're all kind of recovering at the moment, sitting in this
Does anybody actually
Stonehenge
have
circle.
health
Well-
potions? I don't.
I've got one, but I think we should probably just take a bit of a rest here. We'll keep an eye on the staircase up, and in like an hour we'll go in and we'll try and clear it out. Does that sound?
I'd like a rest.
That's a
I'd
good
like to
one.
get some spells back.
Yep.
While
I don't
you're-
know how many I've
So
used,
firstly-
but probably not enough.
While you're all talking, Fenrir does kind of limp over to this building, and he does inspect it. He kind of calls back to you.
I'll go with him because
Okay.
he's frail and old and broken.
You go
I'm
with him.
assuming he's going to tell us that we can rest in there.
And what you see in there, you see what looks to be a sealed off staircase down. It looks, you don't see any ways of opening. It's just a stone wall, but there is a staircase that starts to go down into it. And that's all. And there's no staircase up. The remains of what was a staircase going up has collapsed on the floor.
Are there any
as John saw
boxes
previously.
in there?
There are no boxes. It's empty.
I really want a healing potion if you can't tell.
I can.
Do you have healing surges left? Hit dice left?
Do I have what?
Do you have hit dice left?
I do have hit dice.
Sorry, I still occasionally like forget that some things are called different things than they were in 4th edition, even though it's been years since I've played it.
Does Sulfur have hit dice?
Yeah, she does.
Okay, because she's kind of feeling a bit sore
So-
herself.
Okay, so
What are her hit dice?
right,
I literally just have under quantity for rations. I just
Enough.
written enough.
I think you
I
did that
remember
last
Yeah,
time.
because we asked him if we could go buy rations,
we
and he's
just
like,
kinda bought a bunch.
you have enough.
Okay.
Yeah. I don't want to keep track
We
of
were
rations
trying to be
constantly,
forward
so-
planning, and Oscar was like, "You're fine, you've got food."
Yeah, I don't want to have to deal with it.
well, I was planning to roll this dice and then I dropped it. Does that count
So-
as a roll? 'Cause
No,
I was
if
do-
you drop
Are
it
her,
back.
are her hit
Yeah.
points, her hit dice, because it says hit points, her hit points, and then two
It
d8
should-
plus whatever. So is that
It should be explained in your class information how it works. I don't know exactly. I don't know.
Okay,
I
well.
don't think it is.
It should be under the animal companion.
Okay, well, right now I'm going to use my second wind before we've even finished this, so...
Okay.
Sweet!
Awesome. That was a good roll.
It was.
10.
No, I just talking about if
Just
she
louder than I
gets
thought it would be.
if she dies.
If she dies, you can.
No,
bring-
that's all it talks about in that section.
Oh, okay, right. I'm not sure then. She does have
I'm
hit
just
dice. She
thinking
has the
that-
same number of hit dice as you do. I just don't know
Yeah.
what type of die it is. It might be
Well,
D8.
because I'm looking at like the actual wolf. If you look at the wolf in Player's Handbook, it has 2d8 plus 2.
Okay, it's a
It's a
D8.
hit
It's a
points.
D, yeah.
It's a D8 then. And she has she has 4.
So
4 D8.
she'd have 4d8.
Yeah. So you're all looking for a rest.
Yeah, and
Yep.
I am going to be camped out outside here. I would recommend someone else camp out and wait in front of the other stairwell.
definitely think we should sort of watch.
Yeah.
I suppose of all of us, I'm also second less damage, so I'll do that with John.
How about Silkus and I take final watch? So that way we've already rested.
Yep. Alright.
Oh, I mean, I was imagining this was going to be a short rest, so
Are we?
Rather than a long rest.
yeah.
Silkus did expend a lot of spell slots.
That's
from
true.
My memory. So I think we'll just go into this long rested. I'm ready to go. Just that way.
Yeah, I'm good with that.
That way we don't have to keep track of extra numbers.
John, why don't we just protect the doorway for this tower?
Well, yeah,
we
that's
should
a fair
see
point.
anything approaching it.
Yeah. I'll take watch. I'll keep a lookout on this because we kind of want to watch out on both stairways. Because like, there's no point in this if he escapes.
Long rest doesn't have to be sleep, does it?
It does. Yeah, it does.
I think
but
Silkus
it's
is
getting
the only one
towards
who could get
the
away with
evening
it.
anyway. You traveled through
Okay.
most of the day. So.
Like, hey Silkus, I know how much you love sleeping, but like, can you actually trance and keep an eye on the like goddamn stairways for once? Because we kind of need it.
Yeah, I can do that. Fuck, what was that?
I like that.
He
actually.
agrees and he says he can do that. And Fenrir turns and says, "I'll leave my battery activated for the night.
Yeah.
We're gonna need it." So
Okay. All right then.
so who's
So does that mean he's going to watch
Where
the
are we
stairwell?
camping? Where are our positions? And what is our watch order? Fenrir and Silkus are taking final watch.
I will. Where are we camping? You want to be here?
I think
the rest of
I
us will
actually
be
think,
too
why
far.
don't we just camp down at the base of those stairs? If anything comes towards us, we'll know about it.
That's true.
Inside?
I mean, that tower's a good option, but then again, we would have to A, split the party to watch the other stairs,
Silkus.
and B, have somebody, like, have two sets of watches.
Oh,
You know?
yeah. Silkus, do you have any magic left in you? Can you get an alarm around? Can you get an alarm around us?
I can.
Can you set that so that like we can tell when anything comes up either side of the stairs? Do you think?
Yeah, I can do that.
Okay, that would kind of solve the like keeping an eye out issue, I guess.
Okay, so where do you want the alarm?
I
You
think.
want it over here?
Let's say we'll have it like
Because he can get it around the whole perimeter of this staircase
think-
here.
ideally we would also be able to tell if anything's coming up through here.
Okay, so you're camping in there.
Hmm.
In that case, Stilkus is going to come over here and he's going to set an alarm on this staircase.
Okay. Yeah.
And so he does so. It takes him
Yeah.
10 minutes. He ritual casts it. And then you all head down into that room for the evening as
Yeah.
the sun begins to set.
Sorry, stream. Sorry, Michael's head.
How dare you?
So who's taking first watch?
I'll take first
I
watch.
will.
Oh.
No, I will.
Yep. Sure. Go ahead.
Okay, so Ariel, you take first watch. So as you all kind of settle down.
And I'm going to send Sulphur to bed because she will watch with John. Dark side.
Okay,
Yeah.
cool. Roll a perception check for me, Sariel. So you're currently you're at the
Oh,
base of the
that's
stairs.
pretty
You're at
good.
the base of the stairs looking down a long corridor.
And
22.
22,
and
okay.
Silkus is
Yeah.
trancing for the first two watches, right?
We are not,
He's gonna, yeah.
guys, we are not getting freaking owned on my watch. Who's going to chuck a Fenrir?
So, by the way, you've all, you all turned off your Umbral
Yeah.
reservoirs,
Yeah.
except Fenrir. So you do still have Umbral access from
Yeah.
his battery being on proximity to you.
Hotspot.
Exactly right. So over the course of your watch, Sariel, you hear a number of noises happening further down from the dungeon that you're in. There
How's
are.
little buddy? I forgot about him.
He's all right. He's doing well.
Okay.
He's a little bit restless. He's been in your backpack the whole time. But you hear some noises echoing up the halls, but nothing seems to be coming towards you. And you don't hear anything coming from the staircase, from the top of the staircase. You don't hear anything moving at the top. Nothing seems to happen on the surface. And as these noises echo down the hallway, you can hear some of them sound like almost mechanical noises, while others sound like potentially hooves, maybe, as you listen. You can't quite tell. They're echoing a lot.
Tracks.
But your watch comes to an end, and you wake up. Who's taking second? Archibald. So Archibald, you're on second watch, and I'd like you to roll
And
a
Sulfur
perception
will be
check
with him as well.
for both of them.
She's gonna have to.
Okay. So
Well, actually, who's gonna be awake?
Well, Silkus will be awake if
Silkus
he's trancing
trancing.
now as well. So
yeah,
Who's
he'll be
gonna be
awake
awake
with
for
you.
that?
Yeah.
He'll be
Okay,
awake
so
with
then
you.
Sulfur will sit with Archibald.
So roll a straight perception check since Sulfur is here. 10. Okay. So
Better than it could be.
you're woken up, and you hear these noises echoing around the tunnels. They're quite eerie, and from above, again, nothing. The rains from the previous days had stopped, and they have not returned. You don't hear any weather. It seems quiet. You hear insects outside, very loud, like cicada-like insects, buzzing around, making their noises. But you don't hear any larger creatures, from what you can tell.
I am keeping an eye out for anything that matches like the gate of pestilence, from what I remember.
Okay.
Yeah, because his horse has got a really injured back leg, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, you don't hear anything passing by up top, and nothing comes at you from inside
Okay.
that you can tell.
Okay.
You hand your watch over to Silkus and John.
I lost a poker to Sulfur because my dice hate me. On third watch, Silkus and John, I would like you to both roll.
disadvantage.
Disadvantage for you, yeah.
12.
12. Okay. So, and that is. Okay. So, with that, you hear once or twice throughout the course, and Silkus points it out as well.
Yeah.
You hear once or twice what sounds like a loud clang, and then it's very faint because it's coming from way down. You have no idea how far away this is.
Yeah.
But you hear a loud clang, and then what seems to sound like almost a ratcheting sound happens twice, and then you don't hear it again.
What do you mean by ratcheting?
Kind of like a clang, 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 like kind of like that, and then it goes for about a minute and then stops.
Okay, so
And then it happens again a little while later, and you hear the same thing for another minute, and then it seems to stop again.
okay.
Probably nothing.
I might just go and just go up the stairs and just have a look outside.
Okay.
There's like a little. Is there a little bit of moonlight up here? Or
There is a little. Yeah,
Okay.
there is some moonlight. The
I
night
just
is
want to make
fairly
sure
clear.
that like one of the buildings hasn't like been replaced by a secret elevator or something.
Yeah. So as you walk
Thunderbirds
up top, make another perception check for me. This one's still with disadvantage because it's technically still dim light.
8.
8. You look around. Nothing seems to have changed up here. The tower
Okay.
is still as it was from your current point of view. There is nothing in terms of creatures roaming around here that you can see. Just before you head back down, you do see what looks like a large bird fly past the moon.
Okay, yep.
But that's about it. So you head back down, and eventually your watch comes to an end.
Yep.
Which brings it to Silkus and Fenrir's watch. who are both going to.
I expect a long drawn out conversation between you
Roll.
two. Is one of you playing Pacey and one of you playing Silkus?
Not happening.
3,
So,
2, 1, go.
so Pacey, how do you feel about betraying me like this? I mean, we were friends for all this time, and yet here you show up, and it was a whole lie, the entire thing. Like,
Uh-huh.
I just can't believe you would do this to me.
Michael and voices is just. Oh.
Mwah. Yeah. So
very
they
sensitive.
have their watch, and you are all eventually woken up.
Like how he just doesn't answer the question.
I mean, you all don't know what happens during their watch. You're asleep. You're all
I could have
eventually
been
woken up.
listening.
There isn't much sunlight here. You have it. You see the beginnings of it coming in through the staircase, but it's still quite dark down here. What are you all planning to do now?
Cry.
Are we awake?
You are all awake.
And it is the next day.
It is the next day. You've all
So I
had
have
a
all
long
my HP.
rest.
Yeah.
You've all had a long rest, and
I-
Fenrir's one of Fenrir's 2 umbral reservoirs has depleted.
Okay. I'd like to gain 77 hit points and go up to max.
It's disgusting.
Jesus.
What is your max?
I was joking.
Oh, gee. I was gonna say, fuck. I know, obviously now I know Archibald, so I'm good on that front.
That is how many hit points I... Wait, no, that's not. I fucked up my maths. I was going to say that's how many hit points I would need to go up to 100 hit points because of our earlier joke about me having 100 hit points,
Alright.
but it's not. 63 would have been that number. 67. Anyway.
So,
I wrote down over 60 in a more serious number.
you've had your long rest. What are you now planning to do?
Slowly amble down the
Alright, so...
pathway.
Okay, it is pitch black. The further you go in, you don't see any light sources. The only light you have currently is the light that's coming through the staircase.
Do we have, do any of you guys
Don't
know,
push,
like,
push.
a lighting spell of some sort? Did we
I
bring
have,
torches?
I have a torch.
Torch, that works.
I have torches.
That works.
I have 10 of them.
You also currently do not have umbral connection. Currently.
Uh-huh.
It takes an action to activate
But
one
I
of your
have a
batteries.
torch. And
Yeah,
Yeah, so a
a
torch
tinderbox.
Torch sounds like the best option.
yeah.
Says Fenrir.
So,
I will light it up with my Presto reservoir.
yeah, I'm gonna be mean to
No, I have a
Oscar
tinderbox.
and
I can
probably
just light
force
it
you to
with
look
tinderbox.
something up. But so Silkus, will we
up
know
to you.
if we're like deep in this dungeon if that alarm goes off, or is that like kind of expired by now?
It's expired.
Okay.
Yeah, it only lasts for 8 hours.
Save
Which is
the
like the
accent.
perfect amount of
Might be
sleep.
worth taking time to do another one so that we know, like, because I don't know, I kind of get the feeling that this place has 2 exits, and considering that Pestilence by this point has probably figured out we're kind of here to kill him, he might want to try and go out the other one.
You think he's afraid of us?
I think that he's the, I don't know, he might be the type of person to come back with war.
Okay.
Like, I don't know Pestilence really well enough to be a judge of his character, so I want
I
to
would
leave.
hope not.
I want to leave
don't
the
agree or
option that he
disagree
will
with
try
this.
and run as a possibility that we should account
Am I
for.
lighting a torch though?
Sounds good to me.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's a good idea.
Okay. I'm gonna put 9 as my torch quantity now.
So, I don't know, if you don't mind, if you could take the, I don't know, if it will help us, if you can take the time to, like, get another alarm on the other stairway and we'll maybe go down this one.
I will do that. He goes back up the staircase,
Much
disappears
obliged.
for a while. Takes him 10 minutes. You feel a brief umbral connection and then it disappears again
Yeah.
as you go out of range of the battery. But it takes him 10 minutes as he is ritual casting it.
Yeah.
And he places alarm in the same place and eventually returns to you.
When he comes back, he's got a pet squirrel on his shoulder. I made a friend out there. Look at him, isn't he cute?
So you're all heading
Yeah.
down
All
through
right.
the dungeon.
Yep.
In we
Right.
go, I guess.
Okay.
Let's have a look.
So, how are you moving?
I'm gonna give the torch to John.
Yep, sure.
How are
I'll
you
take
moving?
that.
What's our marching order?
I'm going first.
I'm actually literally going to shove him in front.
Okay, so John,
It's
you're
true.
first.
I've been here
Let's
before.
put it this way. He has that necklace that means he doesn't get poisoned.
Yes.
The necklace that means he has something to do with health.
I don't get sick. Yeah.
He is the literal strongest of us. I'm putting him and the shiny bright light source ahead of everybody else.
That makes
Okay,
Yeah.
so John,
Very selfish.
thank you.
I'll go next.
Oh,
I'll go
Sophia's
next.
going to
So I
walk
can...
along with him.
Okay, so Archibald, Sulfur,
Yeah.
Excuse me. Look on my phone.
then Sarah,
And I'm pretty sure
And
this
Silkus.
and
is written down here.
Sulfur's and then Fenrir in the back.
Putting somebody with less than rudimentary bow skills in the back is a good idea because they can shoot anything coming at us.
Okay. So, how are you moving? Are you moving stealthily? Are you moving quickly?
I think.
Where's your plan?
Let's try
here?
stealth for
Yeah.
once.
Let's stealth.
Stealth with the torch.
Yeah.
Let's move quietly.
And make the torch green.
I was going to
What of
suggest
it?
we move like we're trying to not draw more attention to us than we need to with a light.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So, everyone roll stealth for me, and I'll do that for Silkus and Fenrir as well.
Yes.
Natural 20!
Damn. Silkus rolled natural 17 plus 0.
Hey.
We are a stealthy bunch. 19.
Fenrir.
17.
Nice. And Fenrir only rolled a 5, but it's plus 9, so that's a 14. So
It'd be
that
really
so
funny for Fenrir. to
17.
release
What was yours?
19.
19 natural 20 for what was
So
total?
23 for me and 16 for Sulfur.
16 for Sulfur and 14 for Fenrir. Okay.
Oh my
Good
god,
rolls.
he is.
So we're pretty fucking stealthy even with the torch.
Okay.
Everybody's just like, oh, look at the pretty firefly.
So, you begin to move forward through the dungeon here, and John, as you experienced the previous day,
Yep.
you come to that first wall where it turns right.
Yep.
You walk another few feet, about 15, 20, maybe 30 feet. It's hard to
Yeah.
tell in the darkness when you don't really have much to base it on.
Yep.
And then it does another hard left, and you are suddenly walking again at the same direction that you were originally walking,
Yep.
just offset to where you previously were. You continue walking forward through the dungeon. It's still pitch black, and as far
Yep.
as you can see, you're just looking straight ahead. And then, John, you feel a strange sensation. As from underneath you, some force bursts up, and you feel like you've been transported somewhere, and you feel like you're falling. Archibald, you watch as John, who's pretty much all you can see in this darkness, just suddenly there is a flash of energy underneath him, and he is just gone.
I was holding the torch.
I'd like to make a posthumous Arcana check to see what killed him.
roll an Arcana check for me.
Power word kill.
Oh, fuck you. That was going to be a 14, but my dice decided better and gave me a 4. So, 11.
11. You kneel down to have a look at this, and there is a rune on the floor.
Yep. What language?
This rune, you don't recognize the language. This is not a familiar kind of magical rune that you've seen. But as you inspect it, it is only a relatively small rune. It's about that big.
Yeah.
And you notice that he didn't actually step on it. He just kind of walked over it, and it activated. So what are you doing?
We need him back, don't we? Yes, we
John?
do.
Are you making any noise?
Oh yeah, I'm yelling wildly.
Okay, and you start to hear
I'm
now,
flailing.
John's yelling. Ah, 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 from up ahead
Can
in
I,
the
like-
tunnel.
Can I, like, stick my hand where it sounds like like his screaming is coming
It's
from?
just coming from ahead of you currently. You can't see far enough ahead to see where it is.
Can I see where I am? I'm still holding the torch.
He does have a torch.
Yeah, you do. You see the flicker of some light ahead of you, but you don't see really anything else.
Yeah, what does he
Are
see?
there,
Yeah, but I want to know what I see.
You see walls flying past very quickly.
Okay.
are there
And every now and again, you look down. For the first time you look down, you
Yeah.
see a floor, and you don't impact it.
Yeah.
You get really scared for a second. So you are traveling at terminal velocity towards ground,
Yeah.
and then suddenly it's gone again.
It's gonna take me a long time, or like a decent while, before I stop thinking that for whatever reason there's a massively deep hole with a lot of illusionary flaws in it. I think.
I'm gonna look for another portal. What portal? I'm gonna look for another rune around the place.
Okay, make an investigation check for me.
So, judging on the size of the pathway, how big is this rune? Like, how much of the...
The pathway itself is about 10 feet wide.
Okay, and how big's the rune?
The rune itself is only like half a foot in size. It's not very big.
So can we go around it?
You can certainly try.
I'm gonna
I'm gonna try.
identify it.
Okay. Sariel, as you're looking around, what was your investigation?
8,
8. As you're looking around on the floor, Sariel kind of
which
steps
was a
over to the
natural
side.
one, just so you know.
Oh, no. Sariel kind of steps around to the side and goes towards, kind of hugs the wall on one side, moves around, and you're not affected. You are able to move
Sweet.
past the point that John was able to move past.
I'm gonna do that.
Okay. You do
I'm
so.
not falling. It would have been way funnier if we were both falling and I was just like next to you going, we're falling!
Roll a perception check for me, Sariel.
This
Oh,
hole
we're
is
gonna-
really deep.
Perception.
Hey, there are my car keys. Also, what's a
21.
car?
21. Okay. As you kind of move and hug the wall and keep moving forward, and some of the party starts to filter around behind you as well, you kind of get an angle where you can see that the path curves a little bit up ahead, and where it curves, you're seeing a torchlight. And a couple seconds later, and a couple seconds later, and you're hearing John's screams come from the same place. This is terrifying. Like, the mental taxation that this is having on you to be constantly flung towards what looks like hard ground.
Do I see him?
As you move forward, as you
I'm
start
going
to
to
take some more steps forward, you do start to see him. Yeah.
Alright.
You're
I'm
able
go-
to
I'm
make out
gonna-
it's more in the torchlight.
I'm gonna prepare
The
it.
torch is sputtering, by the way. It's almost going
Yeah.
out.
I'm gonna prepare it, and as soon as I can, I'm gonna track him a couple of times, and then I'm gonna cast levitate real quick.
Okay, and this is using your tattoos?
Yeah.
Okay, so you do so. The rest of you watch, and Fenrir watches with great fascination as all of your tattoos light up, and then you release it. That tattoo goes dark completely, and you hit John with the levitate spell. John, you suddenly feel yourself. You don't take any damage, but you stop real quick. The G-forces are a lot, and you are now hovering over what looks, as you are now stopped and holding the torch, and it flares back up again. You can see there is a hole around you, path on one side, path on the other. They're on that side, and you've been falling through this hole, and you're now hovering above it. You have no control over this spell, by the way. I don't think.
Wait, can I?
Or
Can I?
does he?
The target can move by pushing or pulling against a fixed object or surface within reach, such as a wall or a ceiling.
I've been flailing wildly. There's no way I can reach anything now
Yeah,
if
you
I
actually
didn't before.
You can't touch the walls from
That's
where you
alright.
Yeah.
I'll.
I didn't.
Guess I'll put you on the other side of the hole.
So you walk up to the hole and kind of reach out and... Oh, can you move it?
Yeah.
You can move it?
Yeah,
Okay.
I can move it.
So you get shunted magically over to the other side of the path.
So can I see him from here?
As they're approaching, you're starting to see some
Like
silhouettes.
as they're getting into the light.
Yeah, as they're
like-
getting into the light.
Guys, is that you?
Yes.
How did you get down here so fast? What the hell was this hole? I like look up and
Down?
try and get an idea.
Down where?
This is not a hole.
It's you've been in a loop, John.
I do not recommend that.
Noted.
Hang on, let me just
Roll a Constitution saving
Yes,
throw for me.
precisely.
Oh!
That's a 12.
That's not bad. You managed to resist throwing up.
I retch, but nothing comes out.
Yeah, exactly.
Even if it did, it would just like presto off his clothes anyway, wouldn't it?
It's true. You just want onto your clothes and it'd be fine. Wow, that's like the only time you'd ever want to do that.
I mean, I still don't,
I don't know
want
if I'd
to.
ever want to do that.
Hey, if you had presto clothes, you just use them.
Gross.
I feel like somebody who owned Presto clothes would be such a slob underneath it all. Like,
It's like the person
you
who
just,
owns them
you
is
just picture it. Oh, I'm out of toilet paper. Gets sleeved. Like,
Oh.
like the person who
it's
owns
just
them
gone. It's just
would
clean.
like either be
when
incredibly
he said
clean
you
or
would use
incredibly
them, I was
dirty,
like, ugh.
and nothing in between.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So, John, you are now standing on the opposite side of
Yeah.
a large hole to where the rest of the party is. They've come up to the edge, and you can see them in the torchlight that you're holding.
Yeah. Did you put me down, by the way?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, you're no longer just hovering above ground. You
Yeah.
are now on the ground.
In my mind, I did that thing in like comedy movies where they're like hovering for a quarter of a second, like a couple of seconds, and then.
It's funny you saying comedy movies because in my head that's like a thing that I associate with Harry Potter. Because
That's
it
it.
happened like once.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, how tall is the like distance between the portals? By the way.
So you kind of you
Yeah,
stick the
I
torch out and have a look up. You don't see the ceiling and you don't see the floor.
Okay, so it does look.
It looks just like a straight shaft down
Oh.
from above all the way down.
Okay.
And it's slightly circular, so the way it kind of works is the walls
Yeah.
of the straight path go out into this like open
Okay.
circle, and then
Yeah.
they go back into the wall.
Can I, if I look down, can I see the branching side path on the other side?
I mean, they are
No,
level with
no.
you.
Can I see, if I look down,
Right.
can I see another one?
Another one. You can't see anything down there. The torchlight does not reach far enough for you to
Okay.
kind of make anything out. It's just solid walls all the way down.
Okay.
I'm gonna get.
Just like, I guess we're gonna have to cross this gap. Hang on, I've got some rope.
I'm gonna get the medium
I also
spoon
have rope.
out of my backpack.
Okay.
Right, out of my bag of holding. Oh, fuck.
I forgot
You currently don't have
Great.
access to it.
You're right. I'm gonna get. Yeah, I'm gonna actually grab.
Is there like any like featured brickwork or decorative brass arms that hold like unlit torches on the walls that I could grab onto or anything?
There are no sconces.
Okay.
It's just like, I mean, the walls are relatively rough. They are made
Yeah.
of worked stone, but it's
Yeah.
stone and mortar and stone. It's like,
Yeah,
like
okay.
castle walls essentially
Yeah.
that make up this
Yeah,
passageway.
okay.
So there are places that you could potentially grab to, but nothing
But
that you could like
nothing
tie
that's
off.
like nothing that's much better than just standing and holding
Yeah,
it.
exactly
Yeah.
right.
I need a thing.
I think.
I need what?
How big a thing?
I need a thing from someone on this side. Fenrir, can I borrow one of your arrows? Because I know you're not keeping track of them.
Takes one out, hands it to you.
Because I do have 1,000 bull bearings.
Not that many things. I'm John, step back for a second.
I do, and I kind of like casually against the side of the wall.
How wide is this?
The hole itself is.
We
is
shouldn't have used an arrow.
It's about 7 feet in diameter. Like you estimate it's just slightly taller than you.
Okay.
We shouldn't have used an arrow. Those have scary fast terminal velocities and are made to kill people.
No, I'm throwing it at like kind of a shallow angle to try and get it to go through one and out the other at the same angle.
Okay, roll a just roll an attack roll with your dexterity. Oh, roll this bad.
You need to do what I did. Go out and buy a set specifically for Archibald, and then you don't roll as bad anymore.
Well, one of
This
these
is
sets
literally
was
what I
for
did.
Archibald. How do you do this? Natural one. Oh no!
For everyone playing along at home, I just rolled on my dice rolling app on my phone. It got a 5.
Not much better.
So
So natural one plus what's your dex mod?
2.
Oh, so you kind of take the arrow by the fletches and you go like that, and you don't realize just how aerodynamics work as you've never really
Yep.
handled them.
But now
in your-
I've learnt it.
in your lifetime.
Now I have learnt it.
It kind of spins, glances off a wall, and just ding, 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 and eventually you see it going ding, 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 back from the top again, and it starts going all the way down. Eventually stabilizing and just falling.
Oh, for fuck's sake! I'm gonna firebolt it.
The arrow.
Yeah.
Should we turn on one of our batteries now?
No, I've got an array of tattoos, so I can at least get rid of this problem.
I kind of assumed those ran out.
Each time I use a spell, it takes away the tattoos from that. So I can't use that spell again. But yeah.
Okay then.
Okay, so you're firebolting the arrow, roll an attack.
Yeah, sure. Why
roll an
not?
attack roll.
15.
15. You do manage to hit it, and you light the fletches of the arrow on fire, and it spins out and eventually lands next to John. Well, not eventually, it immediately lands next to John. Slightly smouldering.
Yep.
So it is a continual portal,
Yeah.
and I reckon if we can get in at the right angle, we can get across.
Okay.
But it is
That's-
also 7 feet in diameter, you say?
It's not too far across.
Like
So
I see what you're saying, but
Could
I just
jump.
I've got some rope. The arrow took a decent while. You can't land from that high and you have your ankles be fine.
True.
I take some rope out of my bag,
Okay.
get like a good wrap it around one wrist, toss the other side over, and I'll stand like a good 20 feet back from the edge.
Okay,
So I have a bit of sliding and grabbing onto things room in case things go badly.
cool.
Just
Cool.
grab onto this while you jump.
Alright.
Who's going first, and how are we doing it?
I'm not going first.
Okay. You were going to say something?
I'm not going first. And I was gonna say, wouldn't it be smarter if I got an arrow, tied my rope to the arrow, and tried to shoot it across to him?
Oh, I assumed that it wasn't far enough across that it's
fine.
difficult to
He's
throw a
thrown
rope
it
across.
across. It's not hard.
Okay.
You've got the rope.
It was a pretty narrow gap, like a jumpable one. Just
Yeah.
Okay. Well, then I will take the rope and I will jump.
Okay. Go for it. So,
Oh god.
roll an athletics check for me.
No,
Sarah,
I don't
and
want
roll
to.
Just
I think-
roll an athletics check for me as well. 7 feet is within your bounds, but what was
yeah, I think I'm not actively
It's
helping.
a
I'm-
9.
9.
Also a 9.
Also a 9. Okay, yeah, no, you make it across fine.
Yeah.
It's a relatively short distance to jump, and you make it across without too much of an issue.
Yeah, I think I'm not really pulling. I'm just here to have
make
them
sure.
not plummet to their death.
Yeah, I'm gonna have you roll anyway, just in
Yep.
case. Fenrir opts to go next, unless someone else would like to go.
I'll go next.
Who'll go next?
Whoever goes next to last should tie a rope to Sulfur, please.
Fenrir will do that.
Think about her.
Fenrir will do that. What'd you roll for me? Athletics?
Sure. That's a 7.
7?
15.
Okay. You make a decent distance, and then you kind of just catch your ankle and slip, but John sees you doing it and just gives you a tug and you
Awesome.
stumble forward.
Thank you, John.
Yeah.
So you three are now over. Silkus, Fenrir is going to go next, and he He's going to grab the rope from you as you throw it back. Ooh. He is going to pick Sulfur up with a natural 19 on his strength roll. And then he is going to run and jump with Sulfur in hand. It's a bit awkward for him.
Is he rope assisted?
But he is rope assisted. He's tied it off to he's tied it off to Sulfur.
Okay.
Not to himself, but he's holding on to Sulfur and to the rope. He jumps, and that's a really bad athletics check. Roll an athletics check for me. Ooh.
14.
14. Okay. He gets a little bit shorter distance than Archibald, kind of catches his shins, lets Sulfur onto the solid ground. She is fine, and then he kind of starts slipping off, and you manage to pull him back up, and he scrambles back up.
Wait, he's like sort of got his elbow around the rope or whatever, yeah.
Yeah. He's just kind of like this, and he's gone, and pulled himself up. So he is now up there, and Silkus is the last one remaining. So I'll get you to roll one final athletics check for me as Silkus rolls his.
Just remember that
There's a
Silkus
15.
is petrified of doing shit like this and has to talk himself through it.
So
Or
never,
really
leave.
fall by the bridge.
Never feel the fall. Never feel the fall.
It's never fear the
He
fall,
rolled a
but
15.
alright.
What was yours?
13.
13. Yeah, he makes it across without issue. So you are now all across the hole now. So, are we resuming our marching order? How are you proceeding?
Yeah, we'll resume our marching order.
Resuming marching order, keeping...
No.
Uh-huh.
I'm going to go first, and I'm going to be looking at the fucking ground.
We resume marching order behind Sariel.
Okay, so same
Okay.
marching order, but Sariel has shunted to the front. Correct?
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, I switch with John.
Sariel, John, Archibald, Sulfur.
And I'm going to be
Silkus,
walking along with my bow drawn.
Okay.
Like,
Wait,
Half
like-
drawn, yeah.
I'm prepping. I'm just like,
Okay, but I
So
just want to
you're-
know for like
being in front.
for like flavor reason, is it drawn as in like arrow knocked holding it, or is it fully okay?
I'm not walking like this.
No.
Yeah.
But
She's-
like
she's
I'm
got her
sitting with
fingers
it
on
in
it.
my hands
Okay.
with an arrow
Yeah.
in it, like walking kind of cautiously.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Arrow knocked the string. There's tension on the string.
Yeah.
She is kind of half drawing it, and she's
So pretty much, if something comes in front of me, I can just go. "Whoa."
Yeah.
So, Sariel, roll as you move forward. Roll a perception check for me.
Don't want to.
I know the feeling. Just,
I don't want to.
What was it?
It is 11.
Okay.
It's nowhere near as good as my other ones.
And as you proceed, so you've taken the front. Is anyone else doing anything in particular?
yeah, I'm
And as
keeping
you
an eye
proceed-
out for runes and the like.
Okay, roll an Arcana check. Roll an investigation check for me. And Sariel, are you?
Yes!
Considering that everyone else is watching the floor, I think I'm just watching the corridor ahead a bit
Perception
more.
check for me.
19.
19. Okay. And Sariel, you being up front, are you watching the floor or are you watching ahead?
Put it in like a mix. So I'm being more careful about what I'm stepping onto.
You're making sure
Okay.
you've at least looked at the floor before
Also
you get
roll an
to it.
investigation check for me.
And 12.
12. Okay.
Ooh, dirty 20.
Dirty 20. So, between you two, Archibald and Sariel, you're making your way up. You come to a left turn once more, where another 90-degree angle. And as you start walking up this way, it's still completely pitch black besides your torch. Sariel, you looking around on the ground, investigating carefully as you move. You look up for a brief second. Archibald, you spot. As she looks up, it comes into view in the torchlight. Just the slightest raise in the ground, all the way across the pathway. And you stop the party.
Pressure plate. Stone. Costs 2 to make.
So if I threw like a small like item entity like a ball bearing on it, it probably wouldn't trigger.
No, you need a couple of them.
Yeah.
Sorry.
You are ridiculous.
Okay.
I am also accurate.
So I assume
DC for that, by the way, was 20.
Huh?
Just made it, sorry.
Nice.
The two of you combined.
She got 20, I got 19.
I know.
Yeah.
I know.
Okay.
I assume you pointed out to the rest of
Yeah,
us?
I pointed out. I say, look, a stone pressure plate.
Does that... Hang on. Can I see where it sort of ends? Or is it kind of hard to tell?
You can approach
Is
it
it-
and you
yeah.
can see that it does. It's only narrow, but it goes
Yeah.
across the entire floor. It's enough that no regular-sized person would just automatically step over it.
Yeah.
It's big enough that you would 100% step on it if you didn't notice
Yeah.
it.
Okay.
I'm going to look at what it's connected to.
Make an investigation check for me. Where did they even? Oh, nice.
Investigation?
Yeah.
23.
23.
I found Archibald's dice, and they're tiny.
Yes. So,
Unless you're not overcompensating.
you're not proficient
true.
with thieves' tools, are you?
I'm not,
I am.
but I'm proficient in knowing stuff.
Okay.
I'm proficient in these tools.
Okay. Well, I'll allow, if you want, I'll allow you to help. So,
Yes. He
just
can
like-
tell me what to do like a boss.
also
Just like-
roll a dexterity check with your
Oh, I'm good
thieves'
at him.
tools. So you're
Sticking
with
like
your
the feeler
proficiency.
gauge and all the cracks between
With,
the edges
with
of
my
everything.
proficiency,
Yeah.
so that the modifier for that is 3, so that gives me a dirty 20 plus 2 proficiency.
Okay. So, Sariel, you too get down and inspect the pressure plate here. Sariel kind of assists you with raising the pressure plate just slightly so that it doesn't activate.
Yep.
You're able to move in and inspect the trap mechanism. It is connected to some mechanism underneath. You can't tell where it goes. It just, you see the line go out and then disappear into the wall. But now that you have it, Sariel, the two of you are able to work together and you do disable it without supposedly
yeah.
nothing happening.
Excellent. Good work.
Cool. There aren't
I
any
still
like...
suggest everybody jump over it.
Yeah,
Yep.
Or try not to step on it.
yeah, that's fair. We don't know if there's like secret magic in it or backups or whatever.
Yeah.
Do I get the sense that there's secret magic in there or backups or whatever?
Roll an Arcana check. I like this. You're using your strengths and rolling better too.
18.
18. You don't see any runes. You don't see any signs that there's.
It's
anything
ridiculous that this is giving me such good rolls after all my big ones have let me down.
Maybe what it is that this is what's giving you such big rolls.
Maybe, but it wasn't before.
He was using it when he was getting bad rolls, actually, Michael.
That's true.
Yeah, that's true. Okay. So you'll hop over the pressure plate and
Yep.
continue forward. Again, it's not hard to do.
Yeah.
It's not like some games where you have to time that jump perfectly.
I feel like you're very bitter about a game
I'm
that I don't
very
know what it
bitter
is.
about some
I
games where
can
you have
guarantee
to
you it's Dark Souls.
Yeah, so I started playing a game the other day and literally psychoed in the tutorial because they wanted me to jump over a chasm and I kept dying. And if you don't believe me, you can ask Crew because he was trying to, the other Crew, because he was trying to teach me how to play that game and I was yelling.
Yeah.
That's either Dark Souls or Jack 3. Either way, they both got 52
Actually?
levels.
It was Destiny 2.
Oh, there you
Oh,
go.
great fun. So
I got very mad.
you continue forward
Yeah.
again, and Sariel, I'd like you to make another perception check for me.
Don't want to.
Well, I'm sorry, but you have to.
Can I do it? Can I also? Because I'm keeping
It's
an active
cocked.
lookout.
I'm just like, hey guys,
I'll get
18.
you roll an investigation check, so
Yes.
you two are kind of moving. 18?
what are people's thoughts on...
Natural 20.
Hey guys, what are
Haven't
people's
seen that
thoughts
number
on
in
like
ages.
casually just kicking a ball bearing in front of us to prematurely trigger traps, or do we want to just hope that we see them?
Let's just hope that we see them. Oh, look, there's one.
So, 18 and natural 20, what's the total on that?
27.
27. Holy shit. So you're moving pretty much next to Sariel at this point. Sariel, you're keeping eye ahead, using the torchlight that John's holding behind you. And Archibald, you are basically making sure she doesn't step on anything, stopping the party if it happens. As you move forward, you come to another 90-degree turn. It seems to be taking you in this weird square shape. You turn the corner, you go about 20 feet, you turn again, another 20 feet, you turn again, another 20 feet, you turn again. It's almost like a maze at this point where you're starting to just go in. You're losing your sense of direction with how many turns that you're doing at this stage. In this time, you don't
I
encounter
can't
any
lose
traps. You notice in a few places there look to be traffic marks from. They look like hoof prints.
Yep.
Moving back and forth through here.
Okay, well that's a sign.
Which is
Not sure
really
if it's
quite a
good or
feat
bad.
considering that this is on stone floor.
It's just like the faintest trace of like dried mud. Has
Yeah, like
come off.
you're seeing prints of just dry
the,
dirt.
the oil from the horse's skin.
Exactly. You are making out just the barest of details. And Sariel, as you round one
just like,
final corner, you
there's a-
see up ahead the only source of light that you've seen in this entire place so far. There is an archway
Your
ahead
group
of you.
cannot become lost except by magical means. Just want to point that out.
That's fine.
Yep.
When traveling for an hour or more.
Just-
That's fine.
It doesn't say that.
I think it's a part of it. Anyway,
Oh no,
regardless.
yeah, it does.
Yeah, it does.
You're right.
So you round a corner.
Surely it's been an
You
hour.
round one final corner, turning left another 90 degrees, and ahead of you see an archway. And on the outside of the archway, a lit room. In that lit room, with the 18, you see just the barest traces of something poking out from behind a wall that seems to be moving. Besides that, you can't see what's in that room yet. Now, are you approaching?
Quietly.
Quietly. Okay, roll a stealth check for me. And if anyone else is going up with her, also roll stealth.
I am staying behind and kind
22.
of holding the like torch behind my body.
Okay, cool.
So they'll be having less light, but there's light up ahead.
Yeah, cool.
19.
19 and 22. Very nice. So the two of you make your way
Archibald's
up.
got his act together.
Yeah, you do. Yeah, the two of you make your way up, kind of sticking to the walls and the shadows, you're keeping the light hidden behind you
Yeah.
and the wall next to you.
Yeah.
And you just see their silhouettes moving towards the light. As you approach, Sarah, you're on the left wall. You move up and you can see what looks to be almost a centaur standing in there, but it kind of shares the same demonic features as some of the things you've been fighting recently.
So it's like if you turned a centaur into an orc.
Kinda,
Mutilated.
yeah.
Can we call it an orc centaur?
Orctor?
Orctor.
No, just orc centaur. Like Middle Earth orc centaur.
So, I've just got this mental image in my head that Pestilence is actually a centaur, but whenever it goes out into public, it puts on like this
Fake
entire
legs.
assembly, which is a pair of fake legs and a horse head.
Oh god. Yeah, I like it.
I do love the idea of like the reverse of those like riding a horse costumes, where
You
it's
on
just
the
like
right wall. Roll an Arcana check for me.
with the flappy legs.
22.
22. Holy fuck. Gotta go to my next page of notes.
I'm doing real well, guys.
Yep.
So you don't see this creature at the moment because you're too far against the right-hand wall. But as you move forward, as the light gets closer, you can start to see the details of the room itself. First thing you notice, a large, what looks to be magical runic circle in the center of the room. It's about 10 feet wide in diameter all the way around this one circle right in the center. And as your eyes move from that, you see the faintest of magical energy across the inside of what you're now realizing is a portcullis that's up currently.
Ratchet,
Okay.
ratchet.
You don't recognize the magic exactly, but you recognize the style of how it's laid out. It looks like one of Silkus's alarms.
Right, and are we... So do we have Umbral connection back?
Currently, no.
Interesting. So there's a very faint... Oh, I'm gonna use the cantrip message
Okay.
from my tattoo reservoir,
Yep.
which is a sentence I didn't think I would say again today. And I will send Sariel a message. Hey Sariel, do you reckon we could get rapport spores going? From your mushroomoid friend?
How far away are we from everybody else?
At this stage, you're about 60 feet away.
We'll need to back up.
Oh, okay.
But we can do that.
I think it's worth it.
Okay, so I'm gonna start backing backwards.
Okay.
Very slowly.
And I will go back with her
Okay.
because I want telepathy.
Okay. So you do that. You move back. You eventually reconvene with the group. Relay this information to everyone else, and you're using rapport spores.
We're using rapport spores before.
I'm gonna
relay the
talk. You know,
information.
look at little buddy and be like,
Roll an animal handling check for me.
okay, come on, fix die.
Oh.
13.
13.
I hate adding with a 9. So shit.
It rolled a natural 14 on its intelligence check, and you managed to get it to do rapport spores.
Welcome
Rapport
back
spores.
to the rapport spores secret chat room.
Oh, it's going on again. Hi everyone. Hi.
Oh
I
my
can see
gosh.
so many people.
Okay, so-
I'm just gonna like scratch her ears and smile. Like,
Yeah.
oh, sweetie.
Yeah.
Okay, so there's a
I love Michael's sulfur voice. Ugh.
there's a teleportation circle. Or, well, I don't know that that's what it is, but that's what I'm assuming it is. There's a circle in there of some kind, but also Silkus, you might like this. He also knows the alarm spell, and that's in there as well.
I could potentially disable that if we get close enough.
I think that would be a very good idea, but won't that alert him anyway?
Not necessarily.
Okay.
Okay.
Depends on the nature of it. If it's
Could I tell the nature of it?
from what you were able to see, no.
Oh.
And from what he's implying, no.
Well, are we planning on fighting him? Like is he pretty close to where the border of the spell is? Did you see where the border
So
was?
the actual room
Yeah.
itself, by the way, was only like maybe 25, 30 feet square. The centaur-looking thing was standing on one side, just on the outside of this runic circle,
Right.
and the runic circle took up most of the inside, or
Okay.
a large portion of that central area.
So
So it's
the-
not a very large room.
Hey Silkus.
I think this is the gateway.
Alarm spells triggered by projectiles, usually.
If you aim them well enough, not usually, no.
Okay.
So, do you have to physically? So, if it's placed across, sort of
It's
where your ankles
it's
would
an,
hit.
It's an area, so you don't
Let
have
me
to
put it this way.
physically touch it.
If I walked along the wall, would I set it off? If I walked high enough on the wall.
It depends if they set it there. If it was only along the ground, probably not.
Where did I see it? Was it on the ground?
You noticed it on the ground.
Okay, yeah. I noticed it on the ground, so which I might add is kind of incredible.
I'm getting tech advice right now. So.
Oh, okay. No idea. Oh, we can't hear you.
You're not saying anything.
Yeah, we can't hear you.
She's not saying anything. Yeah.
Just gotta switch.
Ah!
No! Oh god!
You can't
There we
There
go.
we go.
That's better.
you can't change it in a call.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I know.
But she just told me to change it.
Okay. Cool. So, what's the plan?
Well, it feels to me like this is the foyer to the boss's office in a way. That circle in the middle might potentially be a teleportation circle. I say we steer clear of the circle. If we can get the... I didn't see him, did I? Do I know that it's there? Who saw him?
I mean, she's pointed out to
Yeah,
me at this
alright.
point.
Yeah.
So you
Yeah.
know that it's there.
If the centaur is the one that cast alert, we could just set it off, and
But what if he's not?
then that's a problem. But
Besides, you said it was similar energy to alarm. Then it may not be alarm.
might
It might be
not.
something else. I don't know enough about that kind of magic, but it might be something else.
Maybe.
I mean, like,
It
you don't know. We
looks-
could walk over where this is set, and it could be like a landmine and blow us up or something.
Then let's get the centaur to walk over it.
That's not a bad idea.
Okay.
So, are we planning on
We throw
fighting
it
him
at-
with the element of
throw a
surprise
ball
then?
bearing at him.
Hey.
What was that?
Throw a ball bearing at him. I don't want to shoot an arrow at him because that's far too obvious as that there's somebody there to attack, right? So throw a ball bearing into the room and make him like want to check it out.
Wait, are you thinking about this as a noise thing or as a
Yes.
something hit him and he doesn't know what it is thing?
Well,
Both.
I
So I want to
can-
get his attention and then use something to make a sound for him to come and look.
Because like I think if he like feels something or if he hears something, the first thing he'll do is turn around and look. And if he sees like it's just a corridor, right? Like I can't hide well enough in a straight corridor for him not to immediately go, "Oh, that's a person."
I think I can make a odd odor at least.
If we're willing to use magic, we could maybe Mage Hand, perhaps. You've got the thing right?
But if we, there's a possibility that if we turn on the batteries, judging by the other reactions to Umbral,
I reckon Presto could get his
Berries.
attention.
I mean,
I'm just thinking that because he looks kind of icky, so like
like the
if
Slav.
he's similar to the guys that were upstairs,
Because it
when
was.
we turned on those batteries, they kind of reacted to it. So
I think it
maybe
was
if
only
we
the
turn
like.
on, he might be paying attention.
I think it was only the Slav that noticed it.
No, the other
Back
ones
there.
did too.
Did they?
I
Pretty
can
sure.
I can cast without the Umbral
Didn't I?
battery a couple more times.
Okay. Yeah.
So at the very least, I can use Presto to get his attention, and we can take him out.
How far is there? Like a corner, like somewhere down the thing, or is it like way
It's
away?
from what you can see, which you can see. 'cause
Like
it's
the
just
way that we've
light.
come. I mean,
Oh yeah.
how far away?
You've
is
got
it?
like a dogleg thing. You're standing at the corner right now.
Yeah,
That's where
okay.
you've all reconvened. This dogleg thing where it goes all the way around,
Yeah.
and it's a bit of a wild.
And like,
setup.
how far away is that from the room?
About 70, 80
Okay.
feet.
I mean, if I could probably like try and like chuck a ball bearing from here and be out of sight before it like hits the ground. And he can look for it. Like that would make a sound, and he wouldn't know what it was, so he might investigate that. I guess the thing is like, he almost certainly knows about the alarm. So like, if there is something to be set off, he's probably not going to set it off. Like the only thing it'll do, perhaps.
Wait, you can make them. So, because you can make it specific to not set off by certain things, right? Because you did that with the Myconid.
I can, yes.
Yeah,
So,
I guess what I'm saying
in
is,
theory, they might have set it to not set off with this centaur.
I guess what I'm saying is, I don't see what we gain by having him step over the line in either case.
Or would we be able to take him out without?
Yeah. I mean, I guess if we're that far away, then it'd still be difficult, but that is a good point.
I reckon we get him out of the room, and then we can take as much time as we want inside the room. Bring whatever's on the other side of that portal to us.
Yeah, that seems
Perhaps.
fair. That seems like a good idea.
Yeah, if we can avoid going to where Pestilence is and have him come to us, then so be it. But I can't imagine that he's just standing around the portal waiting for something to trip his alarms.
Yeah.
So I think we'd have a bit of time to get into position once we got into the room.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I think let's get the centaur to us. Let's dispatch him, and then let's take down this guy.
Yeah. So we're going to go with corner, make a noise, hope that he comes over to investigate?
Yep.
Okay. So we'll all get situated kind of around the corner then.
Okay.
I'll grab a ball bearing, poke my head round, and just sort of like sidearm it down
Roll
the
an
hallway.
athletics check for me. It's a long way,
Yeah.
but you've got the strength to do it.
Yep.
Natural 20.
And duck out of the way once it's
Where
away.
are you aiming exactly? What is the exact point?
He's
you're
aiming at this wall, so it bounces off this wall and then flies off and
I
hits
think-
the centaur in the head.
I think I was kind of aiming it like I wasn't expecting to get the perfect throw, so I was probably aiming it at like just like a foot short of where the kind of entrance to the room is, where I assume the border of the alarm spell is.
Okay. You peg this ball bearing and then you duck back around the corner.
Yeah.
You hear it ting 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 ting, and then you make a perception check. Whoever's in front, so 1, 2.
I guess we're like listening.
Yeah.
That may-
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, I don't hear
18.
shit.
18. Are you as well?
Me as well.
Feel free to
Sorry.
make a perception check as well.
It's to do with hearing.
Fenger and Silkus are sticking back at the
It's not
stage,
helpful in this character. 13.
What was that, sorry?
13.
13. Okay. Archibald, you hear, after the ball bearing kind of comes to a rest, you hear the sound of hoofs on stone.
Yep. Getting closer.
You hear them just kind of clop, 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 clop,
Getting closer.
stop for a bit,
I'm
and then
gonna.
tap, 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 tap,
Uh,
tap, tap. And it sounds like it's maybe come out of the room, but it's hard to tell.
It's kind of hard to tell if it's out of the room or not. So I'm just gonna make now that we've got this thing moving, I'm going to just make a shower of sparks near the corner, but on our side.
Is this a
Using
presto?
Presto.
You have already used your presto.
No, I
tactic.
haven't.
You did earlier
When?
to or did you actually use it? Or
No,
were you
I
pretending
said I
to use
used my tinderbox.
it? Right. Okay.
Yeah.
Then you haven't.
So I'm
Because
gonna
I
use
was
the
adamant I
Presto
wanted to use it.
to create an instantaneous harmless sensory effect such as a shower of sparks.
Yep. So where exactly?
Just like slightly back from the corner, so maybe a couple of flickers flick out into the corridor, but like it's
Oh fuck.
it's much closer than we are to it.
Okay. Okay. Cool. You do that.
Yep.
You release the presto, and you hear it start to. You hear the gate start up again,
Yep.
and it seems to be getting closer to you. It's just walking slowly at this stage,
Okay.
and it's approaching you, getting closer.
Cool.
Is there anything you're doing as it's walking towards you?
I'm gonna like
I'm gonna-
shift towards Archibald and I'm gonna like. I assume you had the one we grabbed earlier on your belt.
Oh yeah.
Hey, can I borrow that?
Yeah, sure.
Oh god, I hadn't considered that.
Is that where you were going?
Wait,
Yes.
are you going to use the wand as a weapon?
Oh my god.
A wand is just a fancy dagger.
Yeah, if
you
you
are going
say
to beat
so.
the crap out of people with a stick. Am I hearing this correctly?
He's done worse.
It's also done much better.
Okay.
Yeah, as it starts moving closer, I think it's time. I'm gonna ask you guys: is it time for another Rumble battery?
Yeah, I think so.
If we're gonna do this, we'll do a couple.
All right.
Henry gets his out.
Yeah, I'm gonna
No,
turn.
no, you keep yours. I'm gonna get one of mine out.
I'm gonna turn on
Okay.
mine because I haven't used mine.
So it's an action there.
Yep.
You're also doing yours.
Yep.
So that's 2.
Figure he's walking slowly, so he's not gonna get to assist turn. Told ya.
So like on.
I'm gonna say as it's approaching now, it's not sped up, but you have 1 turn
Yep.
to prepare as you're
Alright.
hearing it get closer.
So we turn on the onboard batteries, and like my tattoos just do the refresh.
Yeah, you suddenly you feel them, you feel it flow through, and you feel the tattoos get that back. By the way, any first or higher level slots have been used if you did cast a spell. So the slots have been used.
I
But-
only cast levitate.
Yeah, so that slot's been
Yep.
used. But besides that, you haven't. I know it's all been cantrips.
So we're sort of going. Okay, so on 3 we rush forwards.
Yeah, sure, why not?
Yeah.
So Fenrir is going to kind of get next to the corner and wait for you guys. So what's our order here?
Okay.
Who's standing where? Who's going forward?
Front,
I'll go front.
Yeah.
Yeah.
second.
Silkus will happily go third. You'll go third?
No.
Okay. Silkus will go after Cyril.
And then
And-
Fenrir.
And then Fenrir at the back. He's
Yep.
going to step out last. He's right next to the corner, but he's going to step out last.
Oh wait, I forgot I'm holding the torch at the moment.
That's alright. Now you've got 2 stabby things.
Yeah. I'm gonna shove the wand into my belt.
Okay.
Okay. All right.
I'm gonna see that and be like, But alright. I'm gonna actually get out my proper wand as well.
Okay. You do so.
Yeah.
With that, we're going to take a break before we get into this. So, we have something different for break today. That being that we are not going to leave. We are going to be here and we are going to have a discussion. I am going to sit in Josh's spot because I don't want to fucking stand up for the break. However...
And you'll have to remove him from the board.
Yeah, that's alright. We'll work it out. So, let me fix this. There we go. Okay. Oh, I'm gonna have to disable this thing. Please, disable thingy!
It's literally what I just told you.
Yeah, but I thought that's what she did.
No, she was probably fiddling with my sound levels.
What's happening? Oh, right. We put something in here. There we go. Okay, fixed. Good. Okay. So, I'm going to sit over here. I'm going to step on 2d4's worth of damage.
Yeah.
Good. Forgot they were down there.
Alright.
And I'm gonna prove we're not gonna leave thing wrong immediately because I'm gonna grab my jacket.
Go for it. So, to everybody, it comes up there now, not over here. This is going to be a regular staple. We are having pretty much a half-hour segment in our break section where we are going to have a number of different features.
Is the first feature you moving 3 inches that way for me?
Yeah, there it is.
There we go.
Let me just...
Oh yeah, also.
Oh, it was off.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, there you go. This one, we intend to just sit around and kind of go through what our characters have been thinking, what's going on, what's going through their minds, and... Bar Silkus, of course. But in future, we have a number of different things planned that we want to do. This time is for you to kind of sit back, relax, hear what we have to say about our characters and about what we're doing here. Also, if you would like, ask some questions in chat because I can see that from here and we can answer them right now. This is our time to interact. So, we'll start. Let's start with Archibald. I think you've had a pretty fun time here.
Oh yeah, it's been great.
She was pretty upset last week.
So with the last...
Well, I was rolling like garbage last week.
Yeah,
so
you were.
I prefer you
Holy
not
shit.
ask me any questions about that.
No, I won't. That's fine. What's Archibald's current thoughts on the situation with the party and what you're currently doing, your mission? Not your right here, right now, but
I like the party. I'm keen to I'm keen to cure all diseases that plague mankind. I'm just also looking forward to being able to be vague, not vague, but determined.
Vague, but not vague, but determined.
Yes.
Archibald's catchphrase, I think.
Yes, that it is.
Good. Any opinions on specific party members that you want to share with us?
Not that I want to share.
Okay. Yeah, that works.
Because I've got none. It's kind of really awkward you putting me on the spot like this first up.
Oh, yeah.
Having me answer all the questions first, just giving them more time to think.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
So I'd really like you to ask. I'd really like you to ask John a completely unrelated question, potentially to do with John.
Yeah.
What is your current thoughts on the geopolitical situation in Antristan?
Like Antristan is like a bit far away from
It's world events, John. You need to have an
yeah, it's a
opinion.
bit far away from Gredalia where like I kind of have a home base, but I get that we're trading with them, so it is like kind of fair that they still have an impact on our politics, and
Really
like there's a
upsetting.
bit of a tense like
You're just saying,
relationship
like, a
with
lot.
yeah, there's a bit of a tense relationship with like the trading situation there, and I gather that there's something here just because they're like 20 years ago they were kind of isolationist about their trading, and then like there was a power change and they've opened up a bit, and there's like factions there that are kind of unhappy with it, so every so often like people get scammed, and so like this is a bit of a bigger thing, and like tensions like we kind of go on around it, but overall like I feel like the relationship is improving, and like especially in terms of trade, like it's like got a pretty healthy relationship with most of us right now. Like it could be a lot worse, and I don't know, it seems like a kind of optimistic place for the moment.
It's canon. All of it. Every word is canon. I love it. Thank you for giving me my entire background to Tristram and Yusen. It's perfect.
Wait, there's
Sariel.
more likes.
Sariel,
Yes.
have you... What's going through your mind with Fenrir being back and the way that you've kind of been led on this mission currently?
He's turned into a dick.
Has he
Like,
turned
he's
into
kinda
one, or
nice.
has he always been one?
Well, he was never a dick to me. He might have been a dick to everybody else who knew him, but he was never a dick to me.
But now you're around other people.
Yes, but I was never around other people, so I've never seen him be a dick before.
Well, he did spend some time with Silkus since his.
Well, that's where I'm
spent some
thinking
time with you,
this
so.
is coming from. Like, he's picked up these really bad habits from being friends with Silkus, and I'm only just learning about this, you see.
I love it.
He's a bit more posh boy than I expected.
Posh boy.
Hmm.
Posh boy. Fenrir.
Yeah.
I guess that's fair. He is me.
Yeah, he gets posh boy crew.
Yeah, I think spending time with Silkus has really upped his whole classist thing that is going on here. Silkus is like,
Exactly, Anna.
what has she said? Posh boy crew. Yeah, thanks. Thank you for pointing that out. Thank you so much. Are you asking for
No, but-
questions?
Yeah, sure.
I think he's still largely the person I remember him being. He's still he's doing things for the right reasons. Though I may not know what the reasons are, he is doing them for the right reasons.
He's trying. He did agree to disclose pretty much all of his research knowledge on these guys as soon as this mission was over. So you've got that to look forward to.
Kind of odd of him to wait till afterwards, but yes.
Yeah, well, I mean, he's giving you
suppose
what he
it's-
needs, he thinks.
I suppose we don't really need to have a large portion of information on the others when we should be concentrating on the one. So I
Yeah.
get where that's coming from.
Yeah. He kind of sees it as he's giving you the bare necessities and anything that doesn't need to be known for this particular mission. Yeah, exactly.
I was wondering whether that was gonna happen. I was like, Josh isn't here, so oh no, it's happening anyway.
I mean, Hannah's the
Oh,
next
come on,
best.
how many of my characters sing in their heads? Come on.
So do we have any questions from chat? Anything
Yes,
that chat would like to know about?
Anna would like to know. What each character thinks about everything that has happened so far. Well,
everything at all.
I'll start. I think Fenrir thinks that everything's going swimmingly.
I can do a Fenrir one.
No. I've done the Fenrir one. Now it's you
Honestly,
for Archibald.
I think
Everyone needs to do someone
Overall,
else's character.
I think Archibald is really quite wary of what's happening here with this Silkus thing mainly. Having lost his memory and Silkus just kind of being immediately up there in his face and personal with him, I think Archibald's a little taken aback. He's waiting on some of these memories to come back and to find some dirt on Silkus so he can really get into it. That is a good point.
Archibald's first day or two with Silkus, Silkus managed to somehow slip the fact that his dad was the leader of the military into conversation. And that immediately set off red flags, like, why is this rich posh boy not handing me in? What does he want from me? Does he know who I am? How did he find me in an alley? Why was
I'm glad I'm not the only
alley?
one who's very suspicious about Silkus, though.
Yeah.
Because
I think Silkus is like,
I think he's just a suspicious kind of character, to be fair.
but I think he's quite upset about the fact that everyone finds him suspicious. Like, I
very
think,
much so.
Well,
like,
if he's upset about that, maybe he shouldn't be so suspicious.
Yeah. See, but here's what I think, okay? I'm sure there's more to his character, okay? But right now, Hannah thinks Silkus is literally a rebelling teenager. Like, he's going, no, Dad, I won't do what you tell me to do. I'm going to run away so I don't have to do that.
yes.
He's a rebellious
And
teenager.
that's all I can see in his character. And every time he does something that's really, like, rude or that he should have thought about before he blurted out and insulted somebody, I'm like, oh my, what are you, 13?
It is true
But,
that,
yeah.
like, he is, rather than trying to, like, change the relationship he has with his dad, he's just trying to not have a relationship with his dad.
I've noticed that because he's, like, kind of not giving out his name. Doesn't want people to know that where he is. And he's
Yeah.
just, like, trying to cut ties effectively.
Hello, Trevor, by the way.
Hi, Trev. It kind of reminds
So-
me of a movie where you have like that stupid daughter who's like, I'm gonna cut myself off from you, but I need rent money.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I think that's very much Silkus
Like
at the
Daddy's
moment.
wallet's gonna come into play at some point.
Yeah. Like, I feel like this is, like, a bit of a case of that, like, we should cut Silkus some slack because he has a high charisma and he is not Josh.
Yeah, it's true.
No, like the reason Archibald's suspicious of him is because of the military
Yeah.
connection.
Yeah, like, that is fair.
Yeah,
is
that makes
totally
sense,
fair.
though.
So, what's John's thoughts on like everything up to now?
Like, he is like, in some ways, like, actually quite happy to be feeling like he's actually getting a sense of, like, progress,
Okay.
because for quite a while he was just sort of getting by and not feeling like he was getting, like, forwards in anything. So, like, the kind of, like, sense of community is, like, quite a nice change for him.
Okay.
I
in
would
this
have thought
sense.
he was maybe missing his hangovers, but you know.
We do have a question from chat.
And hold on.
Yep, go
Hold
ahead.
on. And Sariel, your thoughts on everything, everyone?
Well, I like John. He's straightforward. I don't like his drinking, but he's straightforward. He's pretty upfront about what he wants, what he's going to say, what he's doing. Silkus worries me, and I feel like even though he has great charisma, he does insult. He's abrasive.
But he says it
But
with a
then-
smile.
He says it with a smile. That's what matters, right?
But then I don't have all that much people skills myself, so I don't know if I'm reading that as insulting because it would insult me. or if I'm reading it as insulting because it would insult everybody.
Like,
So I'm trying to not. I'm reserving judgment on him. I like Archibald a lot, but
I am concerned.
look, he made a forest fire, so I'm a little bit.
I
Like,
put it out.
I'm a little bit wary.
That's
anytime he
14
pulls out his
episodes
wand.
ago.
I'm a little bit wary whenever he pulls out his wand because I'm like, are you going to light my home on fire again?
No.
Is my family in danger?
To be fair, with the amount that you know about that wand and what it does, even from here, you could probably light her home on fire.
We'll see.
like for all you know, one of the possibilities for that wand is meteor storm.
On Zariel's home.
Is that what happens if I roll 0 on a D100?
You can only find out.
So, yeah, so more or less that's my thought pattern. Sulfur is kind of like, she loves all of you guys, but she's striving so hard to make Silkus like her. Like, she really wants Silkus to like her.
Fair enough.
She's kind of one of those. She's kind of like one of those puppies that is just like lying on the ground with their belly up, like, "Hi, please love me." And if nobody pats her belly, she's like, "Oh,
Yeah.
please love me." Yeah. The fact that Silkus seems to kind of like avoid her where possible, she's getting a little bit like.
I have been enjoying the morning competitions
Yeah.
that we've been having.
I like that. That's good.
That has been a really fun moment. Every stream, I loved that. It was amazing, and I hope it keeps going.
Oh yeah.
I think it will because it's something.
I mean, as you
kinda-
level up, you're only going to find more and more creative ways to fuck with each other, right? So it's only going to keep getting better.
Like wait till
I can't wait to get like Lehman's tiny hut or something. Just keep sulfur in there.
Well, thanks to you, she's a little bit afraid of flying.
Or stop her from getting in there and then dump her on top while she's asleep.
Yeah, I could do that.
Oh man.
What was the question from chat?
We do have a
Was
question
there?
from chat. What is each character, as your character, what do you each think is the most defining moment so far in the campaign for your character?
Oh, I know mine off the top.
Go for it.
Deciding to actually go with a bunch of people I didn't know.
I can see that.
Because
To be fair, you've grown up most of your life with
without people.
not much.
Yeah, like, so I put my faith, which is something I don't do, I put my faith in other people to help Sulfur. That was it. Like, I tried not to think more into it than that, going, I don't know these people, this is freaking me out. But I, like, putting my faith in another person that I didn't know, and on top of that, 3 of them, that was the big one.
Yeah.
That was a big one for me.
I reckon the most defining moment for Archibald was Archibald and Silkus having a discussion about making sure that we get money for the things we do, and then very soon after that finding that notice for 200 gold reward for the death of pestilence, and then immediately curing this woman without asking for money. Just like, we're just gonna do that.
Yeah.
I think it's good though, because it showed all of us, I think, had that what is right over what will pay us.
Yeah. And like, that's one thing with Archibald is like, yeah, he understands money and stuff like that, but
Not as well as John.
it's not. Well, he understands that you can exchange money for goods and services. However, at the same point, what good is having money if you don't provide a good or service? So Archibald's very much I don't need this as much as you guys do. So yeah, like Archibald is very much like my other PCs, where I created him and then remembered that money was a thing in the game. And yeah, that's alright. But yeah, I think selfless acts of heroism just because he doesn't know any better. That's like Archibald's whole thing.
Yeah. I mean, from what I've heard previously, this isn't the first time you've used the character.
Yeah, but it wasn't his whole thing back then.
Oh, okay.
What's John's?
What about John?
I've just remembered. I was gonna be like, oh, I don't know, but then I just remembered, and it was a thing which happened. Yeah, I guess it's fine to say so. Oscar, you probably know what I am talking about.
Is this the thing that everyone left the room for?
Yes.
You don't have to describe it in detail, but
Yeah.
The dream
you
sequence
have
after
already
I
mentioned it.
the dream
Yeah.
sequence after I knocked you out and you had the vision.
Yeah. So.
I've always been curious about that.
I have it written down.
You do.
Well, my interpretation.
I'll tell people. So, the thing which happened immediately before Archibald started sleepwalking and fired a dream spell at me was I got up in the middle of the night with the intention of attacking him and claiming the bounty.
Oh damn!
Whoa! Really?
Yeah. He messaged
Holy
me.
shit, dude!
Messaged me before the session. I was like, I want to do this, and I'm like, good luck. Sure.
And I think, like, I was kind of dissuaded, like, from that, obviously, by him showing an extreme display of force, but then... talking to you on the rooftop after you had left because you didn't want to potentially, like, be a danger to us kind of made John be like, I kind of want to help this person.
Yeah. Awesome. Glad
Yeah.
that I had that moment then.
That's a good defining moment, I think. I like that.
I was sitting here being like, oh, I
think
haven't
any
really gone
moment
through
that
any
we
character
discover
development.
something-
Wait! Sorry, I didn't
I
hear
think
that.
any moment that we discover something about the other players is a defining moment. So, like, as Archibald, as you were saying, Glenn, about Archibald being like, yep, let's just heal this chick, let's not take their money, let's tell them we're going to kill the guy and they don't have to pay for that. For me, that was awesome. Like, as Sariel, that was awesome. But then also, the fact that Sulcus then didn't go, no, you're paying us, was big too, because he made that point about we need to get paid for stuff. And the fact that he didn't be like, yeah, is this the cash?
Goods and services.
Was kind of,
Yeah.
like, I think any moment where my preconceived notion of what other players are like is a big moment.
Yeah.
Like, learning more about everybody's characters is huge. And I'm gonna have a really hard time not reacting to the fact you tried to give over the bounty. Like, oh,
Yep. Yeah,
That was
that
such
was
an
like
everything I know about him is a lie.
that was like I was like really like unsure and like talking to people about like whether I wanted to do this between like session 1 and 2 because it was like the first night that I had known him and almost the only thing I knew about him was that he had like a 50,000 gold bounty on his head.
I mean, that's
Like,
fair, yeah.
honestly, I would have been a little bit mad, but I would have been like, yeah, fair enough. I'm
Yeah.
worth a lot of gold, and I am also
Basically a
I only
stranger.
have 7 hit points.
Yeah.
But like, that's like, yeah, that's a very good defining moment, I would say.
Yeah, and to think that you were potentially moments away from that character, all that work that went into that backstory, everything from me and from you, just gone in session 2.
That's alright. I think I made my backup character in session 2, so
Well, that would have been helpful.
I feel like we were that far away in session 1 too, and Oscar took pity on us and brought Fenrir in to save our asses.
No, that was entirely planned.
Yeah, like
Oh.
I'd be
You were
surprised
supposed
if
to
you
go up
had
against-
expected us to win against him.
War is not challenge rating 1. I'll put it that way.
he's a challenge rating 4. We can take him now.
Oscar,
You were
need to go sort
intended-
your dog out.
Hey?
You need to go sort your dog out, according to chat.
No, she's fine. You guys was 100% supposed to come up against War. There were a couple of different paths that you could have taken that session. One of them, I'm trying to remember back as far into what I actually had planned besides what happened, but one of them took you away where you didn't meet War, but you would encounter Pestilence. One of them took you away that you wouldn't meet either of them, and another path took you away where you met War, and that's the one you ended up taking. And the War path was 100% supposed to knock you all out, and Fenrir was going to come in at the last second, and that was going to be my introduction of Fenrir to the campaign and my hook for Sariel. Because I was trying to hook everyone with very specific things to bring you all together and make sure that you all went the same way. Yeah. Regardless of where that was going to be. But I'm really happy that you had the one where you met War, because you had that experience and you got that kind of early introduction to the Horsemen, and you figured out real quick what they were. So, I mean, you wrote in that session, are these War and Pestilence? Where are the other two?
Yeah, like my session 1 notes. Where are they? No, session 3. Seahorse's Pestilence. Rider at the start was War. Where's Famine? Where is Death?
Yeah, I think I have a note. That was when we got the note from what's his face, where he gave them their names just outside the city. I think at that point I had a note that was reminder to ask various traders the next time we get to a port city about any famines they've heard of.
yeah, exactly.
Except I wasn't actually going to do it because there's no 4 horsemen of the apocalypse that's canonical in this world.
I mean, the best you've got is children's books, so... Yeah. I mean, yeah. Any other questions that people have for me, DMing-wise? Any particular moments that you wanted to know if there were a different path that you could have taken?
Did we have to fight the fucking Gorgon? Was that optional?
It was. You could have actually done that without a fight. Pretty much, I've planned for most encounters to be able to be done without combat, if you want. And the Gorgon was sick. That's why it was screeching so much, and it was rusty. It was because it was sick, because it had come into contact with Pestilence. Pestilence had ridden past, and the Gorgon had been there and become sick. And if you had thought to investigate it or to take a moment and figure out that it was sick, you could have cured it, and it wouldn't have been as aggressive towards you. Alternatively, it wasn't moving that fast, and it also had lower health than normal, because Gorgons are a challenge rating of 5, so it would have ripped through you if it had been a regular Gorgon. But you were able to just run, it wouldn't have been able to catch you, and the cockatrices were sticking with it as well. Yeah. Because they'd all kind of been there.
How did a Gorgon meet up with cockatrices?
The way... I'll just give this information away because I feel like it. The way that works is I kind of figure that the Gorgon is like a shark, and the cockatrices are the little fish that eat all the bacteria. Lamprey, yeah, exactly. So the cockatrices are there to kind of benefit from the Gorgon's activities. They have a mutual symbiotic relationship.
I was kind of how did a big metal bull become friends with ugly little birds?
Yeah.
Hang on.
That's pretty much it. And well, that's exactly right. Bulls in real life and small birds.
Yeah, I was thinking of the rhino with the tiny birds on it. Yeah.
Rhinos and birds.
Do the cockatrice eat tiny lice off the Gorgon?
It's canon. They do.
Yeah.
Just because I feel like it.
They pick the rotting meat out of its teeth and everything.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, it can't get under some of those metal plates, so they've got to do it.
Ibram Zach,
yes.
That's a really good question, actually.
Did you just
in the chat there?
Did you just make up that name on the spot, then tell us he was dead, so we wouldn't look any further for him?
I believe I made that after I heard you talking about wanting that information. I did that during the break of that session. Right. I didn't say he was dead just to get you off of his trail. I 100% wanted you to follow that trail, and I'm happy that you kind of have. But these are the idea is that he's like a fairy tale author of the like original fairy tales.
Yeah.
Yeah, sort of like how the Grimm's brothers.
Exactly,
are
like the Grimms. So he's like way, you know, he's long
like
dead.
scary.
He is long dead.
He's
His
like
time is
scary
long
Little
past, but
Mermaid
his stories have evolved into like modern fairy tales, as it were. And that's kind of where the idea came from.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Like, John definitely doesn't. John definitely doesn't think that Ibram Zach's horsemen and these horsemen are the same people at all. Like, John thinks, well, I mean, he drew literary inspiration when he was picking the names. That's all that happened.
Yeah.
And also the fact that they were horsemen.
Yep.
Yeah.
That had similar
And there were
abilities.
4 of them.
Yeah.
Oh, I have a thing that I want to ask about a different path that we could have taken. What? Okay, so when we got the note from Fenrir and I listened to it, was there another path if I didn't listen to it?
If you had not listened to the note, which is what I was actually expecting you to do, it would have taken you into a skill challenge. It was the first of many skill challenges you just decided to fucking skip. But
what do I have to do to make this game hard for you people?
exactly right. It would have taken you into a skill challenge where you eventually met Fenrir much earlier than you ended up actually meeting him. Where he would have been reluctant to give you information, probably would have told you enough to kind of give you an idea on what to do with Pestilence, and then he would have said, well, maybe I'll meet you somewhere, or basically I had it planned that the way it would end up, I didn't plan any further than you meeting him and talking with him, because I had a whole bunch of information of stuff that he would tell you, and a whole bunch of stuff that he was never going to release to you from what he knows. Which I still have that list. At any point, if you want to ask Fenrir about where he's travelled, what he's done, he's got a whole list of stuff that I can give you.
See your dog.
But
Specifically, Trevor wants to see your dog.
we want to bring the dog in. You want to bring the dog? Fine, bring the dog in if you want.
You'll have to move a camera though.
I'm sure we'll manage. She can stand up on my thing. I don't know. But
Oh, you've got like a stool there. I see.
yeah, that's why I'm
so
so
you're
tall.
So you're tall enough to be seen by the camera. You need to
Yeah,
stand by the
exactly.
stool.
Exactly. I'm standing up right now, guys. I just don't have my stool. I'm as tall as Glenn
They don't have that point of reference.
when he's sitting down. Yeah, so
It's just
you
really
would have
zoomed
met
out.
up with Fenrir in like session 4 if you'd gone that, or session 3, end of session 3, if you'd not listened to that note. Potentially. It was a possibility, of course, that you did the skill challenge and didn't make it in time.
I failed it.
Which was part of the skill challenge, was failing it, and he wouldn't be there and you would have reached it too late. But I'm pretty sure you would have all succeeded based on the other challenges I've had you do. And you would have ended up meeting Fenrir in like session 4.
Yeah.
Yeah. Instead of, what was it, session like 13, 12 that you met him? I don't know, something like that.
Something like that.
Quite a lot later.
I think we're getting a dog. Are we getting a dog? No, we're not getting a dog. Alright, never mind. Maybe next time. Maybe next time. But I think it's about time that we resume our
Wait,
game.
can I go to the bathroom?
Yes, what we'll do is we will switch to our normal break screen real quick. We'll chuck some music on you. We'll be gone for 5 minutes max.
Just
and
an
then we'll be back.
FYI, where is it? That is the size of the dice that I am using for
How
Archibald
dare
now.
It
you?
is so small. I love it.
There you go.
Okay.
There you go. You can still see you shaking your head disapprovingly at me.
We will be back shortly. So, don't go anywhere. Go to the toilet if you need. And we'll see you soon.
monster.
I am a monster. I'm sorry. I'm not sorry at all. Not even
Come on,
remotely.
chat. We're about to roll initiative, so get your bets in
God
now.
damn it. Every time. Ah! It's because I don't know how to use friggin' OBS Studio. That's not true. I do. I just refuse to. There we go. Fixed it, guys. It's fixed. We're all good. No problem here. I don't know what you're talking about. We're professional. We know what we're doing. Oh, focus, please. Okay, good. So, with the centaur-like being slowly
Barreling
moving its
down
way
upon
down the hallway towards you in darkness, with you all preparing to take it on, I would like everybody to roll initiative, please.
Get your bets in now before it's all confirmed, guys.
Ooh, that's not good.
Oh my god, I might actually be right.
I actually rolled incredibly well. I will let you guys
Oh
decide.
my god.
I have Vex and I have Keyleth. Which one is for me? And which one is for Zolba? You guys.
For initiative, go Vex.
Me?
Yeah,
Vex?
yeah.
Okay, good.
Okay, so 30 to 20. Roll.
Natural 20, so 23.
Damn, where has my
And
black mark gone?
also 18,
Oh.
so 21.
Thanks.
23 and 21.
So Sulphur's 21.
I forgot about Sulfur. That's alright. She basically shares Sariel's initiative, so
She
I'm going to
basically
count that
shares
as a win on my bet.
Okay, 20 to 15. Oh no. Okay, that's alright, because Fenrir got 15.
Damn it! I was wrong. I bet on you for getting Fenrir.
Oscar will forget Fenrir. That's legitimately what you
15
wrote.
to 10.
12.
12.
Damn, okay.
12 decks.
Did somebody roll for
Yes.
Silkus?
Should we roll it?
Yeah, roll off. Whoever rolls a higher d20. That's it. Oh,
Somebody roll
no! He rolled a nat 1. Okay, so Archibald first. So both
Did somebody roll
12.
for Silkus?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What did Silkus get?
Silkus rolled a natural 2.
Can you reverse those? So Silkus goes before Fenrir?
I rolled specifically for them, but why?
Just do it.
Just so that you get your bet, is that why?
Yeah.
Where is Silkus's... I know his initiative.
Oh, you monster.
So both 12, I'll put Archibald on...
Put me on 13.
What's... Hold on. Oh, God. Oh, that's where my pencil went. Ah. Oh, shit. And... Okay. And John is also 12.
Yep.
Just put you there under 11, so I know that's the order. And then we are sorted. Okay.
Okay, so the results of the bet.
Yes. What are the
First of
results
all,
the bet?
I won because I was the only one that played. That's all right.
I mean,
I did say Sariel would be first,
Okay. Yeah.
and then it would be me. But I didn't think that Silkus would roll absolute dog shit,
He rolled an actual 2.
so I put Silkus third, and John fourth.
Yeah.
I apologize, John,
that's okay. I'm slow.
but I did guess that the creature would be on initiative 4. So if you could just move that down a bit in the initiative tracking.
I mean,
It is on it.
it is on
fourth in
initiative 4.
initiative.
It is
Alright.
4th in the row. I need someone to
So
put
I was
all
pretty
initiative.
close.
Um,
I'm okay with that. Everyone, get involved next time. It'll be a lot more fun.
Yeah, initiative bets. I think we're going to do that. I need to rearrange. Clearly, I need to rearrange
Yeah, I'll take
this
that
shit
for you.
because this isn't working for me. I need that. You're the worst. The worst. That can go there. That can go there. Okay. So, Sariel. Currently, it hasn't seen you. It is around the corner from you, and you pretty much know where it is, but you don't have an exact location.
How much do I have to move to get?
You only have to move about 10 feet to get sight on it.
Okay, give me 2 seconds while I read the character page that has something about things that haven't been hit on it.
All good, you do that.
If I can find it.
I've got to open up multiple spell books.
That's what you get.
There is something in here, isn't there?
Against stuff that hasn't been hit, I think it just your normal ability doesn't
there is
apply.
something. There is something. I get like an extra die or
Something to
if it
do with the
hasn't
first
been
round
hit.
of combat, right?
It's if it hasn't been hit
Gloomstalkers.
yet, I get something.
Oh, right. Do you? Not sure.
Oh, you're playing
It's
the
in
other
here somewhere.
ranger.
I
I
remember
mean-
reading it and I got surprised that it existed.
I do recall that being a thing, but I would expect that if it's not in your book, then
No, see, because I read it on Anna's pages, so it'll be in here.
okay, yeah.
I just don't know where.
I'm not sure. If you're rolling attack, just roll your attack,
Anyway.
and then you can find it while you're going.
Okay.
So you're moving out and
Yes. I'm gonna shoot it.
attacking.
14.
Okay.
Oh, and
14?
I'm gonna hunter's mark it.
Okay, so you do indeed hunter's mark it. You roll a 14.
Yes.
Unfortunately, that doesn't hit. So you step out, you take your shot after hunter's marking it. Are you staying out in the open?
No, I'll bounce back.
Okay, so you'll jump back in. All right, so it has now seen you and is aware of your presence. Is that your turn?
Yes.
Sulfur is up
I'm going-
next.
I'm just gonna.
That's
after
all
her
good.
turn, I'm gonna
Come
run.
back to it. I'm happy if you if we retro.
Oh no, because I didn't hit him, so it wouldn't matter anyway. She's not like she's just gonna sort of perch and wait, like kind of hickles up, growling, shoulders down, but she's not gonna like move out of where we are to attack it. Right.
Okay, so she's essentially going.
If
She's
she holds
holding. She's
action
holding her
until
action.
Yeah, so if it comes into range of where she's standing, she'll bite it.
Okay, cool. And she's just around the corner, next to Fenrir, essentially. Awesome. Speaking of Fenrir, it is his turn. I don't know why I switched to friggin' circus and stuff.
How wide's the corridor?
About 10 feet. Pretty much everything. You're currently just around a 90-degree turn, but everything is just 10 feet.
Okay.
Fenrir is going to.
Leave no stone unturned.
How many do you have, Fenrir? How many do you have? Oh, okay. Okay.
There are no
Fenrir
corridors.
is going to step out from his location behind the corner,
Ah, I found it.
and he's going to attempt to cast a spell on this
I'm gonna
dude.
mark it.
It must succeed on a wisdom. Can I have my dice tray back, please? It must succeed
I
on a
get
wisdom
advantage
saving
on
throw.
attacks against creatures that have not yet acted.
Roll your advantage.
Okay.
It
It's the exact same roll.
fails.
So it's fine.
Okay, cool.
Did it fail a
Hey,
wisdom save?
Jenna.
you said?
It just failed a wisdom save. So as Fenrir steps out from the corner, he releases from his right hand, the one that's not holding the bow, a blast of umbra, and you watch as it spirals out towards the centaur creature. You watch it wrap around its kind of the lower part of its neck, of its like where its upright humanish body connects to the horse part. It wraps around and then constricts, and the creature stops dead and is now paralyzed for the duration. He has cast Whole Monster on this creature,
Damn.
and he's now
Dude's
concentrating
like so
on that.
many levels higher.
Yeah.
So with that, he is going to. He's actually going to move his full 30 feet around and behind it. So he is now on the other side of the creature from
Why would he
where
do
all you
that?
are. And he is flanking it. So, now that he's flanking it, it is its turn.
No, it's not.
It doesn't get a turn, however, it does get to roll again. It fails, so it's still held. Archibald, it's now your turn.
Alright. I'm gonna look at Fenrir. Really? Had to move there, didn't you? And I'm just gonna like...
He's
Inch
like a
around.
good 20 feet behind.
Oh, he
So,
is?
yeah.
Cool. I guess I'll just put my hands right up to the centaur's chest, where
Okay.
he's being held. I will get the centaur to make a dexterity saving throw.
Okay.
He's currently being held by a whole creature.
9.
Okay. But he wouldn't have been able to move anyway.
No, so
Technically...
auto fail.
So, auto crit?
Is it auto crit on paralysis? I don't think it is, only when it's
John, help
Sort
me
of
out.
crit
I
on
mean, there is a paralyzed in here. It just says failed dex saves.
failed dex save. So yeah, I don't think it's auto crit on paralyzed. So
Enemy attacks within 5 feet are auto crit.
does it?
Yeah.
It does. Enemy attacks.
Well, there you go.
within 5
Auto
feet are
crit.
auto
So,
crit.
what's your auto crit? Well, there you go. That was a really good time to use that. Holy shit.
36 points of fire damage.
36. Damn. Okay. And that
Nice.
is the first
As
blow.
I cast Burning Hands.
That's a fucking level 1 spell, isn't it? Good lord. Okay. Nice. Alright. Is that your turn? Or are you stepping back around, or...?
I might take a couple of steps back so the other party members can have
Okay,
a
so you
crack.
kind of step back up to the back of the, keeping it in sight?
Yeah.
So you step to the back of where the turn happens, and
Yeah.
you're just now near the corner. With
No.
that,
Not like the full 30 feet or whatever.
no, sorry, it's not
yeah.
that far back. It's
Alright.
15 feet from it.
Yeah.
John, it is your turn.
Okay, so I'm gonna head round the corner. I'm gonna get my rage on, and I'm gonna smack it in the face with the burning torch.
Okay, you the remaining people, Archibald,
So much damage.
standing back like this, you watch as John steps out and he goes into his rage, and you watch the battery from Sariel's belt. You watch as a stream of umbra goes into kind of wraps around John as he goes into his rage. What are you doing?
So, like, I'm out charging forward and just smashing him in the face.
Okay, roll your attack.
Oh, so much
With
fire!
advantage, right? Because it's paralyzed.
Attacks within 5 feet, auto crit.
Auto crit, but not auto hit.
Well, that is a
I mean, it's flanked. Does that not
22
give...
versus
It's not flanked because
AC.
Fenrir is not technically there. 22? Yeah, that hits. So
So
auto
that
crit.
is an auto crit, which... yeah, that's 28
There's a reason
damage.
I cast a spell. 28?
I don't know whether that would be fire damage or not, given the burning torch.
It
'cause
absolutely should be.
So 28 total, right?
28 total.
14 of it's bludgeoning,
And-
14
Yeah,
fire.
I'm going to
Okay,
say that.
yeah.
So it takes, as you hit it, the fire kind of licks around it but doesn't seem to singe it
Yeah.
as much. So you have learned it's resistant to fire.
Oh!
Yeah.
14 plus 7, 21, so that's a total of
54.
57. 21 plus 36.
No.
And is that your turn?
Yeah, that's my turn.
Okay.
Okay, well, if it's resistant to fire, then it should only have taken like
Yeah, I
half
agree.
of 36.
That's fine. Hold on,
Yeah,
I'll
fix it.
Fix that. Yeah. 36, so
Make it
57.
John's...
It's
No, Silka's
21, 18, we are on 41.
41.
I'm all about winning, but I'm also about having a fair go,
Mm-hmm.
and next time I'm not going to use fire.
It was a really fucking good hit, though. Good lord.
Can't
We
wait
still
to
have a
shatter
plus
the
4
bitch.
check
The
there,
inferno around his face was so intense that you could not see that he wasn't taking as much damage as he
Yeah,
should have.
pretty much. Pretty much.
I'll take that.
Is that your turn, John?
Yeah, that's my turn. So I'm
Okay.
and I've ended my turn standing kind of in front of him.
Okay. Silkus would like to ice knife, but unfortunately, you're standing right there. He doesn't want
I
to do
mean, it's a wide corridor.
And he's done it before.
He has done it before.
Yeah, you've got
Oh
enough
wait, I
hit
forgot
points.
Ice Knife explodes.
Yes.
Yeah, it explodes. What the fuck is happening here? There we go.
Yep.
He is going to.
Kind of makes me wish my only damaging cantrip wasn't.
He's going to step out and around you, John,
Yep.
so that he's kind of next to it, but on the other side of the corridor. And he is going to cast Frostbite,
Smart.
which is a Constitution saving throw.
Oh, not auto crit.
Ooh. Does it take fail save? Oh, it doesn't actually take any damage from that, unfortunately, since it succeeded on the save. However, you watch as Silkus releases the frostbite, and in this cone, just ahead of you, there's just ice coming over the top, and it freezes all around the stone, while this creature is still held in place. He is then going to take steps back once more and kind of get out of the fray. He's kind of near you right now,
Or
Archibald.
fist bumping.
He returns it, and that is his turn. Sariel, back to you.
Question.
Yes.
Has it technically still not taken action? Because it's paralyzed.
It's used its action to make it safe, essentially.
In the terms of I get advantage against something that has not yet acted, has it acted?
That wording pisses me off.
That's why
I
I'm
guess
clarifying.
the question is whether the saving throw happens on its turn or requires an action.
Turn. It's at the end of its turn. So
Because
I'd say, fuck it. It has not yet acted.
Good.
Yeah, because
I'm gonna shoot it.
can't
Go for it.
Things that happen at the end of your turn happen after you take an action.
26.
Yeah, I know. 26 hits. Yeah.
And it's injured?
It is injured.
Oh, sweet. And I Hunter's marked it. Look at
And
that.
you Hunter's marked it.
14 damage.
14. Okay.
63.
Thank you.
Yes, so we know that its AC is somewhere between 14 and 22.
Yeah, exactly.
Excellent. I will aim for that range.
Is that your turn, Zariel?
Yes.
Okay.
Self-
It is Sulfur's turn.
Are there any of my companions within 5 feet of it?
Yes, John is currently standing right up in
Right.
his face.
She is going to bite it. DC 11 strength saving throw.
Okay. Strength, so it doesn't
Strength?
auto fail.
strength?
fail strength, so dex, strength
it
and
does
dex saving
auto-fail.
throws.
Oh, auto fail. It doesn't matter anyway because it failed
Strength.
regardless.
So once if I bite, if
You
I
do.
succeed at biting, it'll
Enemy
fall
attacks
over.
within 5 feet or auto crits.
Yeah. So.
Oh. Okay. Well, she rolled a what is it plus?
Well, auto crit, there's no rolling, I guess.
Yeah. So what's her max damage?
So 17 to hit.
17 to hit on what, a second attack or?
No, bite. I didn't actually roll it before.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, 17
her max
hits.
damage. Her max damage is like 8. So what? 16 plus 2, 18 for an auto
Yeah.
crit.
So what's the normal damage? It's
2d4 plus 2.
2d4 plus 2, so that's
Yes, that is 18.
8,
10.
16, 18.
So
Yep, that is.
yeah, so 18. Okay, 18 damage from
And
Sulfur, and it is knocked
Should
prone.
be prone.
And it is not.
But is it prone when it's paralyzed? I don't.
It can be both. It's fine. It is
Okay.
paralyzed and prone on the ground.
81.
Yeah. Thanks for doing all my math, Glenn. You're clearly way better at it than me. At least tonight you are.
I haven't even taken my glasses off. Just you wait.
Which brings us back to Fenrir's turn.
You should just keep that whole creature. Because that's very useful.
Oh, he is. He's continuing to concentrate on that, and he is just going to take his 2 attacks, which is they both hit,
Oh.
and
So it's
deals.
Or is he within range to auto credit? No.
Fucking auto crit.
Is
Jesus
he
Christ.
in range though?
Or is it only within 5 feet?
Close?
Within 5
5 feet.
Okay, then never mind. He deals 18 damage on the first shot, and the second shot deals 13 damage. So that's a total of
That has to be a
31.
31 piercing damage. Bring it up to...
That has to be a typo.
What is
the conditions thing from wherever I assume it's been copied from says for paralyzed, become incapacitated, fail strength and dex saving throws, enemy attacks have disadvantage, which kind of implies that you become harder to hit when you're paralyzed. So I assume it's a typo.
That must be a typo. Okay, we'll have to fix that at some point in the future whenever we eventually cut these stitches.
Yeah. But oh well. It's the fault of
I
whoever wrote
wouldn't
up the
talk about
conditions
cutting
thing.
the stitches this early because I'm pretty sure Anna will actually cut you.
Yeah, she will.
I as soon as you said the words "cut these stitches," I heard movement from that end of the
I think
house,
she was
and I
coming
got
to shoot me.
scared.
So Fenrir takes another few steps backwards. He's further away. He's about halfway up that corridor now, just keeping his hold on the spell.
Mm-hmm.
Which brings us to its turn. It gets to make another save. It's over
It's
here.
gonna fail. Oh no!
What is his DC? There's a Wisdom save +1. It just... Oh wait, never mind. Just fails. Just fails.
Awesome.
So it is still held and still cannot take an action. Archibald, your turn.
Okay. I am not going to cast either of those because it's bad. But I would like to cast something. You know what? This will be fun. I'm gonna move back up to it, and I'm going to, as I'm moving back up, I'm just rubbing my hands together, and as I rub, they get further apart as I create a 4-inch diameter sphere of energy, and I'm going to throw a sticky grenade from Halo at this guy, using lightning damage.
Okay.
And because I have advantage,
Okay, yeah.
does a 17 hit or a...
This is a ranged spell attack?
Yeah.
Technically that would be
so-
disadvantage.
What?
Yeah.
He's prone.
Okay, well 17 was the hit anyway.
Yeah, yeah.
Because I rolled better on my second one.
Yeah, so it'd be advantage, but it'd also be disadvantage, so you just
Okay,
roll,
well-
so 17.
Auto crit anyway.
Yeah, 17
So
hits.
24, 48 points of lightning damage.
48 points of lightning damage.
That's 160.
Yeah, it is. Holy shit.
Like I said, sticky grenade from Halo.
Okay. It doesn't seem to quite do as much as you expect, but it still fucking impacts, and it looks like it hurts.
I'm sorry for peeking the chat, peeking the audio
This thing-
chat, but
This thing right here looks rough as hell just from its current state. And
so
it is
it
real frantic, and it just you can see it's
didn't-
paralyzed, but
it didn't take as much as I thought, huh?
it didn't take as much as you thought
Like,
from lightning damage.
Significantly less than I thought.
About
So I'm so grumpy.
It is just very funny to hear you say about half, knowing that the mechanic, like, there's only one way that something could take less damage than you thought, and it's always half. So it's just very funny. About half.
I'll have you know there are immunities.
it could have taken no
That
damage.
is true. That is fair.
It could have taken no damage. Is that your turn?
I guess.
Okay.
I'm just gonna glare at it and be like,
Can you
You're-
remember spell slot facilities, by the way?
"You're
Level one.
you're never getting out of that hold." I want to demoralize it. Can I
It
make
looks
this?
very
Can I make a
demoralized.
persuasion check anyway?
Intimidation.
Sure.
Natural 20!
I'd like it to just give up on life.
It has given up already. John, it is your turn.
Yeah, I'm gonna.
That's why you roll a natural 20
I
on.
think I'm gonna, like, kneel down with one knee, like, kind of, like, over the top of his head so that he is grappled and cannot get up. with my bonus action.
Okay. Yeah.
just in case it runs out. And then I'm
Okay.
gonna slam the butt of the torch right into this like solar plexus.
Advantage and auto crit if you hit.
So creepy.
Yep. So that's a 23.
Question: if you auto crit and you roll a 20, do you double crit?
No, unfortunately. Yeah, I wish.
would be
Yeah, that hits.
So that's 28.
How do you want to
bludgeoning.
do this?
So I think I've just slammed it right in there, and you can see from his struggling that he's just like petrified and his diaphragm's fucked, and I think he just can't breathe, and you can like sort of see him just like, and he like slowly turns blue for a moment and then passes out.
Yeah, he is gone. That was overkill, to say the least. As you have just completely wrecked this demonic centaur.
We've really got to stop overestimating these guys.
That was amazing.
It's like, hey, guys, we could have interrogated him. Come on.
I'm sorry, Josh, but it's funny.
You should have spoken up earlier, Sulcus. Oh wait,
Yeah,
that's when
wait.
you rolled.
Oh wait. So you're now officially out of initiative order. What are you doing?
I'm gonna have a look at what he had on him.
Okay, so you roll an investigation check for me.
Okay, that is
Not
probably a
bad.
straight 14.
I have a question.
Yes, straight 14.
If a creature has vulnerability to a certain type of damage and we crit on them, does it take
That I
4
would consider
times?
4 times, yeah.
Awesome.
So yeah.
I can't wait to crit on something with vulnerability to necrotic damage when I have
Oh,
disintegrate.
yeah. Oh,
It's
no,
like-
thank you.
Kind of amazing, but also
It's the
when are you critting on something with disintegrate and it's not gonna collapse into a pile of dust?
True.
Sorry, with your
The
investigation.
date changed, right?
Sorry?
The date changed, right?
It has. It's now the 16th. So with your investigation check, you kneel down with the torch in hand to check out this creature. It is quite large, built like a brick shit house, and you in one hand it's been holding this medium sized, maybe 1.5 meter long javelin.
Yeah.
And you also see it's got some elements of metallic armor.
Yeah.
As you search it, you also notice that its claws on its hands seem to have etched in them runes, and you're not sure what that is.
Yeah.
Besides that, it doesn't have pockets or anything. It's out here seemingly as a guard. So you don't find anything
okay.
besides the javelin.
Okay.
Fenrir, that was a really good spell. You should do that more often.
I could do it one more time today.
Might I recommend you?
Save it for pestilence, I suppose.
Yeah, save it for pestilence, but don't use it right away.
That's the intention.
We just need to make sure that he doesn't have some totally plausible DM bullshit that he can pull off. For those of you playing at home, playing along at home, I'm referring to legendary resistances.
I was thinking counterspell, but that works too.
Yeah, either of those, honestly.
I was thinking that the lovely DM would be like, well, you didn't paralyze the horse. Blinky horse teleports out of you.
If you are going to
Now that's the real deal.
Thank you for dissecting my entire plan.
If you are going to paralyze something, Fenrir, might it be the horse?
I'll do my best. I've got more than just that.
Okay.
So,
Unless you have wish, and we can just wish all of them out of being.
he's not quite that high a level. Not quite. As much as I wish he
he's
was.
not level 17?
He's not.
Oh.
So he's
not.
less than
Right,
level
16 in book.
Noted.
Okay, so you've searched the creature. It seems to be the only thing here. Nothing else has reacted to the sounds of the battle. Are you heading forward?
I'm going to head up to where I saw the alarm.
Yep.
Is that still there?
Knowing it's there, you look, and it is indeed still there.
So it's reasonable to assume that it's not his alarm.
Didn't
Either
Silkus
way,
say he could disarm it?
Silkus, have a go.
Okay. Silkus, I have put that one note page that I put. Oh, it's down there. Is what I had on it. Okay, there we go. Silkus goes to investigate it. Let me do this. That's not too shabby. That's not too shabby at all. That's a 17. As he goes to have a look, he kneels down next to it, inspects it for a while, and you watch him doing this. And then he stands back up and says, "The wire is magical, but there's actually a mechanism here. Not my area."
Oh, really?
Deep stalls?
Go for it.
Can I assist?
You can.
Arcana assist.
So roll with advantage, Sariel.
I just about threw my dice away. That's not good.
And roll an Arcana check for me.
Yes.
Roll with advantage.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Whoa, whoa, whoa. Jesus Christ. I'm really glad we have advantage, guys.
Is that a 1 and a 3?
It's a 2 and a 19.
I was close.
Oh, wow. Wow, two opposite ends of the spectrum. So, what's the total on that?
What am I adding to that?
Your proficiency and your dexterity modifier.
So, be 24.
24. What was yours?
18.
18. You, with that, are able to disarm this trap without it seeming to go off. You don't notice anything triggering,
Awesome.
magic-wise, and Sariel, you dismantle the mechanism.
Awesome.
Awesome.
As you kind of look into the room, it's a pretty bland room. There is, you see on the left-hand corner away from you, there is what seems to be another passageway. Besides that, it's just stone walls all around, and then this rune circle in the middle. Yes.
Does this rune circle in the middle look like the thingy that Silkus wanted to inspect that was upstairs? That was also in a circle.
Are you mentioning this?
Yes.
Silkus is going to roll an Arcana
Mostly
check.
because I'm wondering if it's some sort of arcane elevator.
Natural 15
And in
for a
which case-
21.
And in which case I say, shame on you. You took that from the televator from Thursdays.
He inspects it and nods to you. This is pretty much identical, actually.
It's an elevator.
With that check, he
Shame on
also
you. You took that from the televators on Thursday.
with that check, he also realizes this is not a teleportation circle.
Okay.
This seems to be some sort of linked lock, maybe? And he understands a couple of the runes involved in it, which mean basically dispel magic, essentially.
Cool.
I have some theories. It seems like maybe we should dispel this. Just as a thought. It looks to read like a locking mechanism.
Okay.
I've seen some lock spells before.
What's it locking?
I'm not sure. I would only assume the thing that's identical to upstairs.
Okay. Yeah, let's give
Does
it a
anyone
go,
else
I
have
guess.
any spells they'd like to use?
Honest.
Unless you want me to fix it. Not really. I guess I can use Shatter.
Okay, well, I'm hoping that this works. I've never actually done this before.
So,
I believe in you. You just gotta
Just to
activate these
clarify-
runes.
did it look like it was some sort of door, the upstairs one, Silkus? Because I didn't really.
No,
get
so I mean, you saw it. Just you didn't investigate it closely. It was just like a Stonehenge kind of circle of bland stone, and then in the middle, which is the thing he's talking about, was this pillar, this pedestal, only about 30 centimeters in diameter, and only about 1.5 meters tall.
I'm
So
gonna
definitely
need
not a door, but it had these runes on top of it.
I'm gonna need you to start using the Imperial system a bit more in this game, like the creators.
A foot. It was a foot and a half. Okay, a foot and a half in diameter. Silkus kind of sits down and begins casting something. This is a cantrip that he has, and he explains it to you briefly. Essentially, the way this works, do I have it in here? I do. It's a cantrip that allows him to dispel abjuration-based magics, specifically abjuration-based magics, up to a certain level, and it takes a longer time depending on what level you're trying to dispel.
Okay, so
What's it called?
It's called Dispel Abjuration. It is a cantrip that I homebrewed.
So
Okay.
while this is going on, I'm just having a look at. There was like I've forgotten the word for the like spiked gate that comes down from the ceiling.
Portcullis?
Yeah, that was a portcullis, right?
Yeah,
Are there like holes in the floor for that to go into?
there are, yeah.
How big are those holes compared to the size of a ball bearing?
Way bigger. I mean, a ball bearing. What size of ball bearings really? You've got 1,000 of them.
I was-
this big, right?
Yeah, I don't know. I was imagining that it might be the sort of thing where I could chuck a ball bearing in, so it would go dunk, and then it would be like free from any locking mechanism it might have.
Right.
But if
right.
they're this
I mean,
big, then
you could. I mean, they're this big.
If
Like,
they're
the
that
bars are huge, and they go straight into the
okay,
floor. So.
I'm not gonna bother then. Yep.
Okay, cool. So Silkus begins casting this spell. Not
You're
great.
gonna break your phone.
Nah, it's fun. He sits casting this spell, and it doesn't quite take after about a minute or so. He continues to work on it, and you watch as where he's focusing on in the rune circle. It's a big bright red color of the rune circle begins to turn blue and fade out from in this blue color. And the longer he concentrates on this spell, the further out this blue covers over all the runes. After about 5 minutes or so, he finishes casting, and the whole rune circle is blue, and you see a brief glow of energy from the whole circle come up, and then it dies down again.
I'd like to make one final. I'll never ask you for another Arcana check in this room again. But
In this room,
Archibald's got some theories. Archibald's got a feeling that this is some form
I
of
got a
misplaced
feeling.
teleportation magic, such
roll
as
Arcana check.
Misty Step.
Tonight's gonna be
18.
a good night.
18. You inspect it while Silkus is doing all of this,
Yep.
watching the runes and trying to decipher them. You agree with Silkus on his deduction. It doesn't look like teleportation of any kind.
Okay.
You recognize elements that are similar in a way to things like the knock spell.
Okay, yeah, that makes sense.
Although the runes themselves are not familiar. It's hard to describe. It's basically the way it's all put together
Mm-hmm.
is similar in a similar format, but the runes, no idea.
Okay.
So Silkus finishes casting. It flares up briefly, and dies back down. What would you like to do? He stands up and kind of brushes himself
I'm
off.
going to look around because, yeah, we've got a hallway. But are there any other doors or hidden doors?
Make an investigation check for me.
Yes! I love investigation! Watch this, natural 20. Close enough, 22.
22. You kind of take a moment. You take a moment and run your hand along the walls looking for any potential hidden areas. You don't find any, but looking down the hallway that goes down that way, you see at the end, it looks like it just ends solid. And there are lights going all the way down. But there is a little lever on the wall down the end.
That's not suspicious at all.
It's not suspicious at all. That is the best look I've ever gotten from you. I'm so happy about it. So happy about it. So what are you doing?
there's no secret passages. There is a fairly obvious passage though, so could go down there.
The fairly obvious passage.
There's a lock. There's. It looks like it just ends, but there is a lever.
Yeah.
If any of you guys are feeling particularly adventurous,
I
maybe we could
reach
just.
into my bag and just pull out my rope.
Yeah, I've got that.
Is
Is the lever up and down?
Yeah.
How are you gonna get leverage?
Leverage.
pull it to a kind of middle position, I suppose.
Oh, you've got Mage Hand, don't you? I looked
do.
at Fenrir.
Yeah, that.
Oh, Silkus also has Mage Hand.
I know. I was just
You
messing with
dick.
I do. Oh.
I do. Oh, I do. Does he?
I've-
He does. No, he doesn't. Yes, he does. Fenrir does have
What
it.
a roller coaster!
Fenrir does have it.
I reckon we leave your rope for when we hang Pestilence.
Hang.
I mean, you haven't used it as a weapon yet.
Oh, yes. He's going to make a makeshift whip out of it. Okay. So,
You kidding? I'm gonna pull a Phantom of the Opera.
oh, yeah. Mage Hand has a 30-foot range. Silkus is going to walk up. It's a decently long passageway, but he walks up to just within 30
I'm
feet.
gonna just prepare levitate, just in case.
Okay, cool.
If
So-
if it works where the floor slides out and he starts falling into lava, I'm gonna cast levitate on him.
So if you're preparing this as you're holding action, then you use the spell slot. Otherwise, it's going to take your full action to cast it. If you don't want to use the spell slot.
him that much.
He does know Featherfall. That will
He
give you
does
time
know
to cast
Featherfall.
Levitate.
It's true. All right. I will.
I'm
I will.
prepared.
I will let him use Featherfall if need be.
Okay. So he gets ready. He casts Mage Hand.
I'm just hoping it's not Minecraft.
And he moves it to the lever on the wall, and you watch as he uses his cane, and there is a slight tether of Umbral energy that goes to the Mage Hand from his cane, and you see him kind of modulate the top of the cane, and the Mage Hand grabs the lever, pulls it down, and you see the stone wall on the left opposite the lever goes, and then slides sideways.
That's not what I was expecting to happen, but okay. We are going to carefully checking
Yeah.
for pressure plates.
Investigation check.
15.
15. So you move ahead and you kind of look out on the floor. For
I
pressure
guess
plates,
I'm
trip
kind of
wires,
like,
anything.
from where I know it's safe, I'd want to be like shuffling my feet, looking for like hard right angles.
Okay.
Or...
Okay. You do so. You move slowly, but you get there. You don't find any traps.
Okay.
And you eventually reach the doorway that's now open.
Yep.
You look out and you see the base of the stairwell that you originally came in on, and the passageway leading away from you. That takes you further into the dungeon, the way you originally went.
Alright. Oh,
Because I've been playing Dark Souls and shortcuts are the best thing ever.
that's the base of the short. That's the base of the stairwell that we came out of. Came down.
So
Big circle.
So this room was important, and there might be something down the other stairs.
Yeah. Or there might be something upstairs now.
Yeah, if that was an unlocking thing and the runes were identical, maybe it unlocked something up there.
Did we just unbanish Pestilence? Did this centaur banish Pestilence and then we just killed the crap out of him and and then we've just
I
been
mean,
like,
maybe. It's not like we stopped to ask.
yeah, that's true.
Seems unlikely.
That's true. I mean, there were slides all over the place. So let's just go with the fact that go with the theory that we're right. You want to head up the stairs?
Yeah.
Okay, so you all kind of hop down. It's about a 5-foot drop from where the door opens up to the floor and the base of the stairwell, but you'll make me drop and begin heading out again. Once again appearing topside at the previous battle area, battle map, battle spot.
It sounds like you're trying really
Battlegrounds.
hard not to say battle royale. For some reason.
Battlegrounds at the previous
Player unknown.
battle location, where you fought off the demons and the slide. And who? So are you coming out first? Who's coming out first?
John's coming up first because I've got an inkling of self-preservation.
You like pat on the shoulder. Yeah, sure.
Okay.
Please.
Roll a perception check for me.
Hang on first. Since it is daytime and there is sunlight outside, I imagine I failed to blow the torch out like a candle, but I do like just put it out.
I think as it like flares back up, I just like presto it out. Real quiet.
Yeah, you feel like you put it out with the slightest of breaths.
Because it says I can snuff out a candle, a torch, or a small campfire.
Yeah.
You can. So
I
roll a
know
perception
that
check.
spell.
And it definitely wasn't the slightest of breath. This was like John trying to, you know, like when you try and blow out like a birthday candle and you like put a lot of like breath into it. Like it was
Yeah.
a full on.
Yeah,
Yeah.
perfect.
But yes, you have fooled me.
It's a 16 sleight of hand.
Perfect. Roll a perception check for me now that you're going topside again.
Sweet.
Oh wow.
19.
19. First thing you see as you look to your right,
It's pestilence.
coming up out of the stairwell here, is the pedestal that was previously there. The top has shifted and opened up, and there is you see some energy running down between the two separated parts,
Yeah.
and inside you see what looks to be a sooty black material set into kind of an inner. It almost looks like a mechanism, but it's set into a semicircular shape cut out in stone as well.
Yeah.
So it's kind of narrow pillar inside, energy on the outside, and in that narrow pillar inside, you've got this sooty thing set in the semicircle.
Yeah.
Is
Seems clear, guys. Come up, have a look. There's
Is
a
that
thing
orb
happened.
from Guardians of the Galaxy? Did you just describe the orb from the Guardians of the Galaxy?
No, however, that is exactly where I got the inspiration for this from.
Gotcha. Alright. I'm gonna join John upstairs.
Okay, so you all go topside, and are you gathering around here?
Yeah.
Okay, I mean, you don't have to move them,
Yeah.
but that's all right. So you all move over and you all see this in the pedestal here. The outside Stonehenge style stones here haven't changed, but the pedestal has. So looking at this, what are you doing?
I'm going to look at it real hard.
Stare at it!
I want to figure out what type of energy it is.
Roll an Arcana check for me.
Hell yeah. 24.
24. The energy itself is very unfamiliar. Doesn't seem like Umbra somehow. It's really weird. But it definitely looks magical, and it definitely looks like it's there to protect whatever's on the inside here.
The inside there, does that look like carborundum?
No.
Oh.
No.
Oh.
It's a sooty black material in kind of an elongated shape that's set into the stone.
You guys don't
It's not
mind if I
set
like try
Permanently,
something?
it looks like it potentially can rotate, but
You guys don't mind if I quickly try something?
Just give me a second. I walk over to the other side of the stairs.
over there, yep.
Go for it.
You're all around.
Yep. So.
I will move you.
Nope.
What? You're dead.
Yeah, that's fine.
You die.
Yeah. So I'm gonna like pluck a blade of grass out of the ground,
Okay.
and I'm gonna slowly move it into the blue field.
Okay, you do so, and you watch as it burns away, heading into the field.
Yep. Yep.
What happened?
Grass burned. Hold on. There's like pebbles around, right?
There are loads. There's rubble of all
I'm
sorts.
gonna try the same with a piece of rubble.
Okay, you grab a small stone and you start moving it through the field. Not the same effect.
Okay.
It is unaffected.
Well, so the grass kind of burned and disintegrated. Stone seems fine. Gonna try this wand. I'm guessing it's a living dead thing. And I try the wand.
Okay. So, hold on a second. What the fuck? Where did I do this? Oh, here. You take the wand and you stick it through the field, and no effect immediately.
Yeah.
Doesn't seem to burn through it.
Pull it out. Well, the wand is okay. What? So there's like a black sooty thing on the inside.
Yeah, I mean, roll a just straight intelligence check for me.
I guess I'll have
You
wandered
have
back
expected it,
over
so
Yes.
you can also roll an
12.
Intelligence check for me. 12.
Oh,
Oh,
you've let me
it
down.
like? Is it more like a thing or more like a substance or?
it's like a raw substance.
Okay.
And looking at it closely, it looks like it comes out of your campfire every night. It looks
Okay.
like carbon.
Yeah.
Where is the slard?
The slard is dead on the ground right here.
Okay, well, I've started moving over there, and I'm going to ask John, did it look like the field was straining as you were, like, pushing things through it?
Didn't notice anything like that. The grass kind of immediately went and absolutely nothing happened with the wand or the rock.
Okay.
You want to try you want to try the finger?
I was just going to try his whole face.
Oh yeah. You want a hand with that?
Yes, please.
Okay.
We I imagine we haul the slard around.
You do.
He takes the head, and I'll just, like, try and carry the foot.
I think you move something whenever his foot snags on the stone pillar, and it's just like, oh, there you go.
I actually rolled decent with a strength
Oh, yeah.
check. Like 18.
Yeah.
18. Okay, yeah, you drag it over fine. You make it back to the pedestal
Yep.
with the slide in hand. You lift it up and you go to shove its face in. So are you just shoving its face straight in, or?
No, we're doing science. We're gonna I think we will try with the hand at first, just to see does it light up, and also is the field straining under the force of this slard hand.
Okay. You stick the hand in, and the hand begins to burn away.
Yep. But does the
This
force
field doesn't seem to be affected.
This is quite Guardians of the Galaxy-esque.
The hand is burning, not immediately. Like where you put the grass in, the grass just burned immediately away. But as the hand's going in, the flesh is burning away gradually.
Okay. Hang on. Does someone have a bucket or something? I've got an idea. Or okay,
Just gonna look around for a bucket.
Roll an investigation check.
something
24.
something
24,
suitable
23.
for holding.
There's a bucket over here.
I'll go over there
Cool.
and grab a bucket.
Find a bucket.
Do you want some water?
No, I was just wanting something to catch this weird black sooty substance.
Okay.
So
I
I
will go over and assist John.
Okay.
So get ready to catch it, and I grab the slard's other hand,
Okay.
get a bit of range away from the end of the hand, and I try and quickly reach in and sweep some of the stuff out.
I mean,
before
it's
his
like
hand-
a chunk of carbon.
it's a chunk?
Not like.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. It's like a sooty chunk of carbon.
Yeah. Okay.
Like you've taken a log out and put it
Yeah.
here.
Okay, and I try and scoop it out with the hand as it is burning.
Okay.
I really probably should have gone with something that we found didn't burn, but whatever.
You go to do it, and you hit it a couple times. It doesn't budge. It's pretty
okay.
well set in there.
So I was like, hey, oh, and then it's like,
Silkus, Fenrir,
Yes.
you two have mage hand.
Can certainly try.
Please.
Okay.
Because this slide has run out of hands, and the next thing I try is its face.
Silkus casts
Yeah.
Mage Hand, and he begins to move the hand in towards it. And as the hand touches the field, it emits a shockwave that encompasses all of you
your previous idea was a good one.
and deals 5 force
No.
damage to everyone within 30 feet of the pedestal.
You would.
Can't even jump out of the way. So sad.
Okay. Well, let's not do that then. I really want to muppet this slard's head. Wait, cut a hole in the back of it, just reach in. My hand is on either side of its
Oh
mouth.
shit! Oh my god.
That's funny, but I think it's not necessarily safe because it might not be that the outside shields the inside precisely.
I just don't
Hold on.
understand why Sulcus wouldn't just cast Mage Hand inside the actual
I
thing.
can try that if you like.
Nope.
Okay. I'm gonna try the very tip of my rope in such a way that I don't want to lose much rope length if
Yeah.
it burns.
Okay.
So
I'll
I'll
just
just be like,
3 or 4 feet.
like, is it burning?
You grab the rope and you start to move it through. It's not affected by the field.
Okay. I'm gonna grab a loop and try and like flip it over the cube and see if I can like tug on it.
Okay. Over the
the chunk.
carbon itself.
Yeah,
Okay.
carbon.
Roll a sleight of hand check for me. Not bad.
Ooh.
Yeah. So that is probably 15.
15. You get a small loop and you try to hook it over a couple times. You miss the first couple. It's pretty well set in there.
Yeah.
But you managed to get one looped over. It's now in there. The rope is attached to it.
Give it a couple of ganks.
Okay. You start to yank it. It doesn't come out this way, but it does budge slightly around in the semicircle it's set in.
As in, it like rotates.
It rotates around an axis. So it's the way it's set. I'll just do it here. So it's in this pillar here in the middle,
Yeah.
right? And there is a semicircular indentation here, and this is the chunk set upright like that.
Oh.
And as you begin to pull it, you've looped it around here. You begin to pull it, and it starts rotating around that axis.
Oh.
Cool.
Okay.
Um,
So it's a lever.
That is a lever.
Right.
Okay, so we're about to activate something. So I guess stand back again.
I stand back.
Okay. Whoever's standing back, you stand back. You
They'll like
Sorry,
pull on
I'll
the rope.
solve
You move
it.
around to
You
the side,
stand
you get a
back.
bit more leverage. You start pulling on the rope. The chunk clicks down.
Yeah.
The rope slips off and comes out. The pedestal spins, goes back down. The field disappears. And you all hear from
just
behind
like,
you,
"Yeah, get the rope
well,
out."
in front of some of you, but behind
Yep.
some of you as well, a grinding sound of stone from the tower.
I'm gonna keep an
We
eye
just
on
fell off
that.
the stairs.
I'm gonna keep an eye on that. Start walking over.
Okay.
So, you all head over, and
Yeah.
as you enter the tower, you can see that where there was previously just a stone wall blocking the stairs, it is now shifted, and the stairs are open and leading down underneath.
I'm a little curious. How wide was this? How thick was this wall?
Only about 5 thick, at like 2 feet.
I'm
Oh, okay. Yeah.
I'm genuinely scared right now because I actually have killed a player using a staircase before. So well, it was trapped, but I wasn't expecting him to jump off in the way that he did. The floor came rushing up to meet him, and he ended up taking like 200 points of like bludgeoning and slashing and piercing damage as he like rode up the underside of this. It was rough, but it was half as much as it could have been. He was wearing armor. Okay.
Okay.
Do you want to
so
walk down the ominous stairway?
yeah. You guys wanna? Hey, Sariel, I shouldn't have. Can I borrow your tinderbox again?
Yeah.
Okay, I relight the torch.
Okay. And you're heading down?
Yeah, I guess you probably want to be keeping an eye on the floor again.
Okay. Make an investigation check for me as you head down.
I'm keeping
Yeah.
an eye on the walls around the staircase because I don't trust it.
Marching order, everybody, please.
Give me a second.
No
I think I said you, so I am doing it, but I was also kind of hoping someone else would be too. Keeping an eye on the floor.
I'll keep an eye on the floor.
Okay,
I'm kind
good.
of paranoid now.
Yep. Are you still?
I'm sorry.
Do you still want to go in front?
Yeah, I'll go in front.
Yep. Okay. So Sariel, then me, then.
Okay, so
So Pat, can we go
Sariel-
the same order we had before? Me,
Yeah.
John,
Archibald.
Archibald, and Sulfur, Silkus, Finra.
Okay, fantastic.
See, because this way, the people watching our back have to be handled by the DM.
Yeah, exactly right. Yeah, flawless plan. Honestly, truly.
It's like
But
it's like
suddenly-
blocking dragons using children in Skyrim.
Yeah, exactly. That's exactly right.
Suddenly-
10 minutes of walking
Pulled a
down.
Finra, and we turn around, and he's just gone.
I was about to say that. It's just like, yeah, it's just
It's like a haunted house.
walking downstairs for
Ready
10
to
minutes. Hey, Silkus, what's going? Oh, where are you?
That-
When did you go?
that would be cool. Horror's a really hard genre to do in D&D.
So, you begin to head down the staircase, and it's just walls on either side. There's no
Yep.
drop to your side or anything. It curves down for a while, and as you continue, what did you roll for investigation?
14.
Okay. You don't find any traps on the stairs. You don't find any pressure plates.
Yeah.
As you go, you don't activate any either. And you eventually make your way. You find a platform at the bottom. And looking out ahead of you, you see a relatively long room.
Yeah.
And on either side, you see a number of barred doors that seem like cell doors running all the way down in increments to the end of this room, where you see it opens up into something at the other end. You don't know what.
When you said barred doors, cell doors was not the picture I had in mind.
I had like doors with a wooden bar over the top.
I just had bards, and then you said the word doors, and I'm like,
Barred
That
doors.
doesn't work.
Right, barred doors. Okay. You see a number of bards.
Like, you go up to one, they're like, "Tuttaladi, tuttaladi."
yes, they do. I'm gonna have a look in the cells. See if there are any poor
Okay.
lost souls.
You start to move forward, and you enter this long room and move over to one of these cell doors. And peering in, roll a d8 for me.
Okay, that's not the dice I was expecting, but 3.
3. As you look into this cell door, you see a humanoid-shaped figure that looks up at the sound of your footsteps, stands up slowly, walks over to you, and as it walks, with each step, it shifts. And by the time it reaches the cell door and is facing you, you are looking at yourself.
That's not okay. Does it have my tattoos?
Everything about your appearance is mirrored in this creature on the other side of this door.
Clothing too?
Clothing, everything.
You're not repeating the freaky thing in the tunnel.
Oh no, you're looking at a cell. This creature shifted into this. You watched it go from something humanoid to you.
Can I make a check?
Do you know what it is? Is that what you're asking?
Yeah, do I know what it is?
Roll a nature
Sorry,
check.
I'm
Roll
gonna
a,
get better at that.
roll a history check for me.
Yes! 24.
24. You've heard about these kinds of things in the past. This is a doppelganger.
Ah.
They're pretty common in horror stories and kind of bedtime stories to keep kids to behave. Is the threat of doppelgangers and those kinds of things. So you've heard of this thing before. You've never seen one, but you've heard of the kind of thing before.
Well, I just know of it. I haven't heard of it.
Yeah,
But
that's
I
true.
know.
That's true.
What was the last thing that came through here? I'm asking it.
You're asking it.
Yes.
It responds in a language you don't understand.
What language?
Can you
Because I
show
might
me?
understand it.
I don't believe any of you speak it.
I speak Undercommon, Infernal, Abyssal, Elvish Common, and Druidic.
It's really funny when you're like, when we have two people on a party with massive language lists, and at the same time it's like, you don't speak it. And they're all like, but look at my languages.
But I speak so many
No, but
languages.
he's real smug, and I'd like to remind him what I do speak.
Yeah.
Just in
no,
case.
none of you speak this language. Hearing this.
Can you show me?
It thinks for a second, and
I'm sorry, I can't.
that's cocked.
That's better.
It takes a step back, and you watch as it slowly shifts from head down this time, whereas it shifted to you from feet up. It's now shifting head down, and you watch as it shifts into a weird amalgamation. It can't go translucent, but it's trying to, as it's trying to show you essentially what looks like a ghost of some sort.
Okay.
It looks
That's
like they've taken
cool.
a ghost in a PNG
It's got-
image, put it on put it as a JPEG, and it's just come off not translucent.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
All right.
I think I'm gonna like walk up and like join this semi-conversation.
You see this happening. You
Yeah.
see as it shifts down into this ghost from what looks to be Archibald's
Yeah.
lower half.
Have you? I'd like to make a small illusory image. It says I can do it. Of
Pestilence?
pestilence, like the person, not the
Yeah.
not the horse.
Okay.
Has he been through?
It nods.
How many today?
That was cool. That's really cool.
Do you think he is still here?
It doesn't answer you.
Which way did he go? Point.
It points the direction that you were heading, so away from the entrance.
Okay. So he either has another exit or he hasn't left.
Yeah. I guess answers the same either way.
Interesting way to get that information.
Yeah. I'm genuinely shocked. This spell is amazing for a
Yeah.
cantrip.
Yeah, it is.
What spell did you use?
Presto.
That was only Presto, yeah. I can't believe it lets you do that. I was like, that's like a minor illusion thing.
You create a non-magical trinket or illusory image that can fit in your hand. and
Wow,
last
fucking
until the end
Presto
of your
is just the
next
best
turn.
spell that exists on the planet. Jesus.
Sorry, I was concentrating on my grilled cheese.
Good thing to concentrate on.
That's alright. Can I trust this thing?
Roll an insight check.
Maybe this whole
19.
time, Pestilence has been a doppelganger.
What was that, sorry?
As it maybe this whole time, Pestilence has been a doppelganger. And then
Right, yeah. 19.
Yeah.
It seems uncertain, but it doesn't seem to be trying to deceive you. in
Does
any
it
way.
seem like it would cause us harm?
It seems volatile.
Okay. That's what I needed to know.
Yeah.
AKA, for those watching at home, he's now not going to let it out.
Bingo. I'm not going to try and befriend this thing like the mushroom or the wolf or Fenrir.
Pet doppelganger, let's go.
Plan to come back, but when we don't have the peril of pestilence hanging over our head, I think.
I mean, if you want to try and tame this thing, I'm game.
I
Just
feel
not
like
right now.
tame is not the right word. These are doppelgangers, I think, are people.
Alright.
I probably should have rolled before saying that, but whatever.
Shall we head off?
It looks like a person.
Alright.
Let's.
Thank you for your help.
It nods at you
Yeah.
again.
And we are moving on
Okay.
Yeah.
to the next cell.
So you move to the next cell and look in.
Yep.
Roll another d8 for me.
Yes, stop. 6.
6.
It's a brass dragon.
Make
Play Brass Dragon. Next cell.
as you look in, you standing in one corner, looking straight out at you. You see this one eye, and this horrible twisted form below it of this emaciated, bipedal creature of some sort. You're not sure what it is. Make a wisdom saving throw for me.
Is it an animal? Like, is it a beast?
Does it look like if E.T. was a bit taller than he is and a bit thinner?
It's
Bipedal.
fatter than
bit
ET.
broader.
13.
Bipedal is two-legged, isn't it?
Yes, yeah. 13.
Yeah.
Like
to use one of my
roll a
legendary
d100 for me.
resistances. Oh. I'm being wild shaped into a pop plant. 55.
55. As Archibald stares into this cell,
I just look, I don't stare.
as Archibald peeks into this cell and views whatever's inside it, suddenly you watch as he kind of bolts upright, and then I would like you to use whatever means necessary to attack your closest party member.
Okay.
Can be just a hit.
One doubt, firebolt. Sorry, John.
Okay, roll a D100 for me first.
Wand! With the wand? What are you trying to do? Kill it?
51.
I
51.
mean,
Okay, you cast Firebolt, roll your attack.
I mean, he has been mind controlled. So yes, I think that's what he's trying to do.
Does 20,
Yes,
23 hit?
yes, it does.
Yes.
Okay. That's not a D10. 1 point of fire damage.
1 point, there you go. So you all watch as he bolts upright and then
Forgot
suddenly
that's loud.
draws the wand and in one swift movement aims at John. You feel this brief moment, because you've seen what this wand can
Yeah.
do. You feel this brief moment of terror, and then he lets out Firebolt and it just glances by you as you kind of move out of the way.
Yeah, I like.
Archibald, from your perspective,
There is a faint smell of
you look
burning
into this
hair.
cell and you just feel this overwhelming fear take over your brain, and suddenly everything around you is hostile, and you're like,
Right.
yep. And then as soon as you cast it, you realize what you've done, and you're like, whoa, didn't mean to do that.
Was there a slight part of me that was like, that's exactly where my teammates were standing, so I'm not going to do as much damage as I possibly could?
I'll say that, yeah. I'll say that you kind of pulled through, and you were like, yeah.
What
Looking
was
at
the
this
DC
creature is
on
just
that?
20.
Oh, okay, so there was none of that.
Okay,
Sorry,
I think
John.
we should stop checking cells.
Yep.
That was a close one.
Yeah.
I
Oof.
mean, like
Just,
a bit tender, but let's keep going.
I'm honestly just glad that I aimed it at you.
I like look over at Silgus. Fair.
And I'm just going to quietly under my breath go, squishy.
Okay, so you're continuing moving on.
I'm like, yeah, let's not look at any more cells, and I'm making a point to not look into the cell with the Oni.
Oh! Okay.
So you continue moving.
What's that?
Yeah, it's a
Wait,
thing.
wait, no, it was
actually
no, I
asking
forgot.
what
It's
it is.
Nothic. Never mind.
You would be correct, actually.
I was just going off based off the appearance. I don't actually remember what things those can do,
Yeah,
but I think those are both one-eyed. I don't know. Anyway,
Oni's aren't. Nothics aren't.
yeah.
But so you you all continue moving forward, and as you go,
We've got, like,
deliberately
no
not
stopping.
staring out the side to the cells.
Yeah.
You hear once or twice once from your right, once from your left, crashing into the cells as you move past from whatever you're not looking at. Nothing breaks through, or at least you don't hear any breaking. And you eventually reach the end of this room, and you peer out, and what you see is ahead of you, you see a short pathway that seems to go off to your right, a drop off after that, and then this huge open space ahead of you that seems to go also off along parallel with this path. And on the other side, you see another path, more cells on the other side, a lower path, and then it disappears out of view into something down below. And as you kind of step out into this room, looking down, you see this path goes a long way, many, many hundreds of feet up in to your right. A couple of places where it arches over, a lot of cell doors along the sides, and glancing down, you see another lower pathway on your side as well, leading across. Everyone roll a perception check.
Yes. No.
Apparently, my dog just got a fright alongside my mother, so apologies to anyone who's hearing my dog growling and barking right now.
We can just
Genuinely
So
genuinely
she
thought
just
that was
was
sick.
barking, and then she's run up the hallway going, oh, whoa, 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 and then back up. And all I hear is my mum going, that's not nice.
Oh,
Hi, Papa. Hi,
dirty
Papa.
20.
Yeah, I'm fine.
dirty 20.
Dirty 11.
Whatever it was, natural 20.
Nice. So you're the first to see as you step out into this area. On a couple of the pathways, way away from you, a couple of those over this huge chasm that you can't quite see at the bottom of, you see a number of floating spectral figures moving along
Okay,
the pathways. And you also, with that natural 20, as you look around, you also see, off in the distance, a large, black, shadowy, hound-looking thing patrolling up and down the pathways.
Have
heaven
I seen
puppy.
it before?
From this distance, quite possibly.
Have I seen it before,
From this
Oscar?
distance, quite possibly.
Can I do a history check?
From this
and-
distance,
and-
quite
and-
possibly. You are too far away.
We go to that thing.
So you're looking at it.
There's like the big chasm between us and the thing, right?
Yeah, there is. And as you look up, you also see there's a bridge crossing
You-
from top path to top path. The
Yeah.
lower paths do not have a bridge between them.
Okay.
And
Guys.
you're looking, and there are like steel railings along most of these lower paths.
Yeah.
You could fall off the top path onto the lower area, but from there you would be on that path without any ability to go further into the chasm.
Yeah.
There's steel railings that stick up all the way along. On the roofs, looking out into the large chasm area, on the roof there, where it arches over, there are actually a number of cages hanging down that hold the remains of a number of different creatures. And a large pillar goes straight down next to the bridge and all the way down out of sight. And with that, we are going to end the session. So, I am so excited for you guys to get into this area.
Thanks for dropping us into Cabin in the Woods.
I am so excited for this area. You have no idea. But I hope you all enjoyed. Hope you all enjoyed. This is going to be a fun next session.
Yeah.
Thank you, everybody, for coming along and watching. If you had fun here and would like to see more of this, feel free to chuck us a follow here on Twitch. You can find us at our Twitter handles all over the place. You can see them all there. If you would like more updates, of course, go follow the Maximum Altitude Twitter up in the top left of the screen. We also have a Discord server. You can join the Discord and interact with us at any time you like, and I swear we will respond to you even if we don't initiate the conversations. Thank you so much for watching. We will see you next time. Until then...
It's already happened. You don't need to worry.
See you later.